everybody. My name is Frankie McDonald. You're listening to SimpCast with Chrissie Mayr. I'm Frankie McDonald.
I don't know if this is real, but thanks for the $10, Sound Horizons. Could you shout out to my friend Nick Gurr? Okay. You got me. He's a huge fan of yours since the Stern days. Nicholas Gurr. Yeah.
The Star Wars Lego set Death Star. But can you chug a sparkling water and not burp? Oh my gosh. What do I do?
Now she does a thing called SimpCast.
Go, Chrissie. Team Chrissie.
Hello. Welcome to nature. Everything is free. Forget the gym. Why go to the gym when you can spend time in nature? Here in nature, you can get some exercise by climbing on these rocks and hopefully not breaking an ankle in the process. I mean, if you do crack your head, that's okay. A wild animal will just eat you. Also in nature, you can find a nice place where you can sit your little butt down and meditate and wonder and ask God why your life is going to shit. Hopefully you can manifest some good stuff. Lord, please help me. If you're experiencing anxiety and depression, nature is a great place where you can go out and realize things could be worse. You could be living in the woods where you could get eaten by wild animals. Now is that what you want?
Nothing to do with
I think I need to see what his penis looks like.
It's long and skinny. It's nothing to write home about.
Oh no!
It looks exactly like him.
He's shown multiple news photos to the booth. Drew has seen it. They probably have a saved version of it on the computer there.
I've seen it. Just a little, like a little metal rod.
He's so proud of his skinny, long penis.
Yeah.
Oh no!
But like, so
but if
I
that's
told
all you
him
have
about.
going for you. What are you gonna do?
Gotta work.
I
with
told
what
him
you
though, I
got.
was like, look,
It means you probably like being peed on.
Dude, when I get kind of turned, when I'm like 4 out of 10 drunk or higher, I'll eat ass for days. I don't really do it sober, and it's because I don't think about it. But like when I'm drunk, I just don't think about it. I see it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, like when I'm drunk though, I'm like, yeah. Like
that's when you're real. That's when your inhibitions are lowered and the real Cody comes out. He's ass eating Cody.
Dude, I would love to eat some ass right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. I can't get it.
House every week, someone will get fat. And is that what you want? Ooh, German chocolate cake. Oh boy. I am German. German chocolate cake. Step 1, preheat the oven. Step 2, deny the Holocaust. Got it. That's a joke. If anybody is listening from Keith Olbermann, if Keith Olbermann sent you, just letting you know that's a joke.
A recent comment made by comedian Chrissie Mayr on Newsmax has ignited a heated exchange between Mayr and Keith Olbermann, a prominent political commentator and former ESPN host. Mayr's joke centered around Chick-fil-A and the topic of diversity, stating, "Chick-fil-A already makes fried chicken. Why do they need diversity at their food chain?" The comment has drawn the ire of Olbermann, resulting in a fiery clash of opinions between the two public figures.
It's pretty ridiculous to just assume that Chick-fil-A, I mean, you know, I'm hesitant to make a fried chicken joke, but they sell fried chicken. I don't know how much more inclusive we can get here.
That does it for today's news.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but there's smoke. There's smoke. Do you see the smoke? Do you see the smoke? There's smoke outside, everybody. We need 2 weeks minimum to slow the smoke. Stay inside. Save grandma. You gotta save yourselves. You know, there's smoke outside. Have you ever been by a campfire even? I mean, golly, I can't even believe it. I mean, you gotta protect your lungs. You gotta breathe the safe air that's inside. You know, it's so important.
It only takes a careless moment to turn this Don't let forest fires be your fault. Make sure your fire is dead out. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Hey everybody, I'm going to address the issue. I did not start the fires at all. People start rumors about Frank Dell started fires. It wasn't true at all. I didn't start fires at all. I don't start fires at all with Frank Dell.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to SimpCast. It is Sunday, June 11th. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Pride Month. God, Pride Month is almost half over. Isn't that exciting? Yes, I would say it's, 3 weeks left. 3 weeks left. We're almost half there. Yes, guys. If you're tuning in from Malaysia, konnichiwa. If you're tuning in from Keith Olbermann's show, hello. Hello, chicken people. Good to have you here. It was a busy week for Chrissy. A lot of people trying to cancel me. Very fun to watch. I can try, but if anyone's holding their breath waiting for me to apologize, well, I regret to inform you, I will not apologize for jokes. But if you've been watching this show, you already know that. It's been fun, though. We will be reading the best of Malaysian insults a little bit later on. And I'm probably going to have to do a separate video later this week with the Malaysian insults because the broken English is cracking me up. I'm loving it. Keep them coming, guys. Before I bring in our gorgeous panel, my voice is gone from having a bachelorette party this weekend. So if I sound like a crack whore, that's why. I'll be doing stand-up July 8th at Tiff's in Morris Plains. That's in New Jersey. By the way, people have already tried to cancel this show. It's going to happen, guys, because the guys who run Tiff's are extremely based. And whether you're Malaysian or a leftist, you're not going to be able to cancel this show. So you might as well just get a ticket and come. That's what she said. So that's going to be July 8th at Tiff's in Morris Plains. The Richmond, Virginia show was canceled. They are closing down the club. So it's not going to happen. I'm sorry if you bought a ticket. We will try to do another venue out there. If not, I'll see you at Anime Matsuri August 10th through the 13th out there in Houston. SimpCast will have a presence at the convention. We'll do a panel. We'll do a booth. We'll do the whole thing. There'll be cosplaying. We'll sign your boobs. We'll sign your genitals, whatever you want. And then I'll be headlining that same weekend in Houston at the Secret Group Friday, August 11th. Get your tickets now on my website, ChrissieMayr.com. Please and thank you. Yes, this is great. We got some ladies here. This one that I'm bringing first, it is her. She is losing her SimpCast virginity tonight. And that's Megan Fox. Hello, Megan.
Hello. How are you?
I am great. I'm excited you're here. You're in the middle of what, a hailstorm? You might lose internet. You're in a fallout shelter. What's going on?
I'm fine. We're fine here in Western New York. It's a beautiful, clear night. So I think we're good here.
Okay, good. And I like that. Like we can tell you're on air. I need a sign like that.
I can change the letters. I should have put SimpCast on it because I can make different letters on it.
You could make it say no Ria. You could make
I could have said fried chicken. It could have said that was the funniest freaking joke ever. And you know what's sad about that is that I don't know, 20 years ago that wouldn't have been funny.
It's a tame
It's
ass
only
joke.
funny
It is.
now because everyone has lost their freaking minds.
Dude, it was very tame. It did not deserve what it got. It was not even that great of a joke. But since people are pussies, it got immense blowback. So I'm gonna play that clip. If you guys are not caught up to speed,
Chat, I do not have show
we're gonna
thumbs. See,
we're gonna
the
I love
regular.
the nails. I love the nail
Yeah,
check.
they're pretty good, right? That's good.
I'm
But
loving
I do want to see that. I did not see the clip until I just saw it in the in the show
the
startup.
Newsmax chicken clip. Yeah.
Oh my God, Chrissy, I laughed out loud. I was back here just dying. Like, I'm sorry, but it's you're hysterical. And I was just telling the chat, I wish I could drop out of life and just follow you around. I would go to your shows.
Yes. Join my
there
posse.
laughing.
I'm trying to be blacker. Okay. I need an entourage.
I would be that entourage, but I have
I
three
need just people
children.
hanging around me with nothing to do. That's how
And
you know you're famous.
by the way, dog food has just like tripled in price. I just found that out.
What?
I have to go back to bartending. Yeah. My dog, my husband goes to buy dog food.
How
and he
much do you
calls
really
me
love your
from the
dog?
store
Yeah.
and he goes, you know the usual bag of Purina that we buy, the big one? He goes, yeah, it's $60. The half size one is
What?
30. Yeah. Yeah. $30 for a half size thing of dog food. Dude, I don't love the dog that much. I gotta tell you, I love him,
You gotta
but
do
not
it though. The dog would do it for you in a heartbeat.
no, the dog would eat me.
Oh, what kind of dog is it?
He's a German Shepherd. If it were
You can't
me or
piss off
him,
the Germans. If it's one thing I've learned, yeah. Anyway, Carmen Studer is here. Hello, Carmen. Looking gorgeous. Wearing a holographic reflective hat. I love it. That hat reminds me of the stripper's underwear from this week. And we got Star Wars girl in the back room. I'm sure she's just putting her face on. Oh, yes, there she is. Wow.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Anna, look at the butterfly clips. How retro.
I've been
Butterfly
waiting for
clips
these
are
things
coming
to come
back
back.
in a
I've
big
been
way.
waiting since the 90s for these damn things to come back, and they're finally back.
I love them.
I remember doing those in like little sort of like cornrows all the way around. Little butterfly
Did they
clips. I
tell you
remember that.
cultural appropriation?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm a fan of cultural appropriation because I was a theater major. So isn't that nothing but cultural appropriation? Like
Yeah.
you're pretending to be all different kinds of people all the time. I love costumery. I love all of that. All of that.
Yeah, I remember one of my friends in San Francisco. Like, so she wasn't woke when I met her, but then over the years she became woke, and I was driving her through San Francisco hell traffic because I picked her up from class and we were trying to get back to our apartment. And these two guys walk across the street and they both had dreadlocks. And I just made the statement like, oh, I love dreadlocks. I've always thought that dreadlocks are beautiful. And she's like, you can't say that. Like, how dare you? That's racist. And I was like, I don't want dreadlocks. I just think that they're cool. But I can't have an opinion on dreadlocks because I'm not black. I was like, fuck this shit.
It's crazy. We got to take back our culture, guys. I don't know what that means for me.
Bring back everybody's sense of humor. How about that? To
I know,
start.
that's what I've realized my purpose in life is just to keep making jokes despite the ridiculous blowback, just to help move the pendulum. Like I'll go a little bit harder and then maybe it'll, land somewhere in the middle.
But you're not even doing like offensive jokes.
No, I'm doing very little. These are very lukewarm takes I have.
No, it's not like what's his face Kramer where he just starts screaming the N-word on stage. Like you're not doing that.
Yeah,
right?
I can't believe he took my bit. I know. I can't even do it now. Unbelievable. Let me play. I want to scroll. I'm scrolling through my Twitter.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
That's hail.
Oh,
hail? Oh,
It's
wow.
been hailing for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to go back to mute.
Okay.
Oh my God. Where are you?
I'm in Texas, in Dallas area.
How big is this hail? It
So,
sounds like golf ball
I'll go grab some for y'all.
You should. I
I'll
want
be
to
right
see
back.
the size of the
Yes,
hail.
go get us some hail. So this was a clip. I'm going to play the Jocelyn Chia clip because I feel like it's my job to, like, Jocelyn and I are not like BFFs. Like, we're definitely friendly. I've known her for years. I saw this clip starting to circulate. Oh, God. maybe Thursday, maybe Wednesday. And I saw it and I was like, this is hilarious. And I was like, I have to stand up for her because she's getting a ton of shit from basically all of Malaysia. After this joke kind of went viral, she's from Singapore originally. They took away her Singapore citizenship. And their prime minister or whoever's in charge over there, like, had to apologize. Like, it's so crazy. And I'm like really trying to figure out, like, are certain cultures just not compatible with comedy? And is it because, like, do they have a dictatorship? Like, I'm doing more research about Malaysia than I ever cared to do to figure out, like, what the fuck is just wrong with these people. And I tweeted this out saying it's not the comedian's job to avoid certain topics that trigger the sensitive. It's their job to be funny. I really hope Jocelyn doesn't apologize for this great joke. And I spoke with Jocelyn. We've been texting, and so far she has not apologized, which is great. But I'm going to play this, and you guys let me know what you think if you haven't heard it yet.
Country, Singapore, after we gained independence from the British, we were a struggling little nation. In order to survive, we formed a union with a larger, more powerful country, Malaysia. Where are you from, Malaysia or Singapore? Malaysia. Okay, yeah. You assholes. When my prime minister went on TV to announce that you guys had dumped us, he cried because he thought we're not going to survive without you. But then 4 years later, we became a first world country. And you guys, Malaysia, what are you now? Still a developing country. Oh, boo. You, Malaysia. Isn't that the best breakup revenge? Now Malaysia come around like, hey, Singapore, you're looking good lah. And we're like, I know, but why haven't you visited me in 40 years? And you're like, oh, yeah, I tried, but you know, my airplanes cannot fly. What? Malaysian Airlines going missing, not funny, huh? Some jokes don't land. This joke kills in Singapore. I get a bad joke review from the Malaysians. That's okay, they don't have internet.
Well, it turns out they do have internet.
That was funny. You can't roast a country anymore?
Apparently, if that country has a huge stick up their ass.
I missed the offensive part.
Exactly.
You know, Uncle Roger got banned from China, right, or something. They did something to him for telling a Chinese joke that was super tame about the government of China.
Wow. And then I was like, I thought this was a pretty. I think as a comedian, you have to do this because if you don't stand up for somebody else, like no one's gonna. Well, I'm weird because I don't. At this point, nobody will stand up for me because other comedians because like they just don't want the alt-right stink on them, which I understand because it's like they're gonna lose their agents, which is fine. But I feel like I can't not stick up for a comic because this is our freedom of speech. This is our job, okay? And like, all right. Some people were triggered by her. You know what? I'm sure I'll trigger somebody next week and someone else next month will be triggering a different group. And I was just like, don't apologize. And I'm glad I connected with her because I was like, are you doing okay? Because her Instagram, I think, got deleted.
What?
And
over that?
I think she privated her Twitter or she just wasn't really big on Twitter to begin with. So I was like, oh my God, is she deleting her social media? No, I think her Instagram got deleted. And the Malaysians started, so I tweeted this out in support. And then this was shocking. The Malaysians then started coming after me.
You're gonna have to add a whole new Malaysian set, Chrissie.
This is from Instagram. It's called the Merdeka Times. Merdeka. It's written in gobbledygook language. No one knows what the fuck what this means, and I don't care enough to run this through Google Translate. But they took my tweet out where I said it's not the comedian's job to avoid certain topics that trigger the sensitive. It's their job to be funny. I really hope Jocelyn doesn't apologize. So now, since Jocelyn was not available for canceling, they then very much have been coming after me pretty much nonstop every day since Thursday. So it's a couple days in a row now. Nothing crazy. And it reminded me very much of the time the Asians came after me for when I did my Kung Flu fighting bit in 2020. It was the early days of the pandemic. And I did, again, a very stupid, not even that original. Everybody was Kung Flu fighting. Yeah. And it was me and my comedian friends. And then sure enough, the woke Asian community came after me. And
I literally called it the Szechuan Shivers for like 3 months.
They were flooding, and this is what the Asians love to do. People who cancel you that have no sense of humor. This all happened on Twitter, right? But these people, they go into your Instagram, they go onto unrelated posts. It could be a post of my dog, and I'll be like, "Waffles, turn 2," and they'll be like, "Fuck you! I hope you jump off a cliff." Like they'll say all the worst stuff on a completely unrelated post on a completely different platform because they're just that mad. And I tweeted, I somehow managed to get all of Malaysia racking their brains to think of 9/11 and school shooter jokes in a feebly attempt at retaliation towards me for standing up for Jocelyn Chia. And I'm starting to think that the people of Malaysia are bots because I'm getting the same 10 responses. They'll say, "Oh, how would you like it if we make 9/11 joke?" I'm like, do it, please. Make a 9/11 joke. I would love to hear it. I'm of the belief no topic is off limits. I always think it should be funnier than it is cringe, or funnier than it is shocking, or funnier than it is taboo. But some people just like everyone's different, right? And again, you heard that clip of Jocelyn. She's at the Comedy Cellar. It's like arguably the best club in the country. Definitely best club in New York. How do I know? I don't perform there. But everyone's laughing. The room, people enjoying her, laughing. No one's going, "Oh God, you're gonna pay for that." So, and here's the problem with comedy and social media. It's going into the pockets and onto the screens of people who don't have a sense of humor, who want to purposely misunderstand you, who are cancel hungry, who are leftist, who are just, they just maybe don't understand or appreciate comedy, which is shocking to me that those people exist, but they do. So, but they're saying, "Oh, how would you like if I make a 9/11 joke? How would you like school shooter joke? How would you like someone in your family die?" I was like, "Yeah, my mom's dead. Have it. Let's hear it." I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me a joke.
Please, somebody tell a joke.
Somebody, please tell a joke.
Like that scene from Moonlighting with the old man, and they're all everything's awkward around the table, and he goes, "Somebody tell a joke." That's our entire culture right now. It's so awkward.
Once I started getting death threats, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start like clapping back at a few of these people. I'm saying, oh my God, the broken English is hilarious. This guy made a hilarious comment. At least with 9/11, we know where the planes went. That is in response to this plane in Malaysia.
Except the Pentagon one. Look at
I can't believe I didn't like that. Except the Pentagon one. This is hilarious too. To be fair, running from school shooters is the most exercise American kids get these days. But why was this funny? Because this is an American. Like a guy, he's a good English. It's not broken. He uses grammar. This is American who made this funny joke, which got a little clap from me.
That's a good one.
And again, and I was like, I really wanted to know. I was like, do Malaysians just not have a sense of humor? Is it, just not part of their culture? And even asking that question gets people triggered. And then I tried to make a bunch of jokes about other topics, and I said, "Oh, this was so funny too." I said, "Sick burn from Something Wong here." Because this guy said, "For someone who lives in a country that always kills humans, I expected nothing from your sense of jokes," which doesn't make sense. Clearly, this is a foreigner, no grammar whatsoever.
But his name is Fatnak Jumpa.
Yeah, he has a. This isn't a name. This isn't not a language. This is like your cat ran across the keyboard, and I just called him Something Wong. And I'm dying laughing at how many people respond to this by saying, "Oh, you think all Asians are Chinese?" I'm like, wait a minute, you don't realize that this is like, I'm like, yeah, they're probably looking at this like this looks like a Chinese name, not like I'm making fun of people. Like it sounds like Something Wong, like Something Wong. Ouch, bang, ding. Like I didn't come up with this. This is like basically a street joke.
Oh my God.
I was like, is the language barrier to blame? Is it the cultural sensitivity that is to blame. And I just got so pissed because I'm like kind of no one, but it was me, this guy Comedy Pete, my maybe a couple other comedians that are that stood up for her, and I have heard crickets from the mainstream comedy community. And Jocelyn Chia is pretty mainstream. She's Asian. She tours internationally. She, she's not all right. You know what I mean? She's pretty.
No, she's a minority.
Yeah, she's a minority. So she can do no wrong.
She's a minority by her femaleness and her Asianness, and no one is coming to her defense. That's something. So woke has when it's woke, there's no consideration for your minority status, I guess.
And it's sad because I'm like, man, what else does she have to do? Be trans? Like, why are they not supporting her?
That's her next move. She should come out and be like, I'm trans.
And I was like, what are comedians so afraid of losing if they stand up for what's right, for their freedom of speech, for someone else's freedom of speech? Because it's gonna be, if you're doing your job right, like you're gonna trigger a group of people at some point. And I was like, this industry is full of cowards. I was just upset with everybody. And God, I thought this was this funny insult, because somebody said, oh, you're old enough to die. And I was like, everyone is old enough to die. So that these insults are not landing as I think they are intending. This sounds like a James Bond movie. Chrissie Mayr in Old Enough to Die. They're so sad. They're really trying, I guess. But the language barrier, I'm just laughing. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. This is a street joke because I'm Googling Malaysian jokes. And so I tweeted this out. My dad's computer crashed and I asked him what he did. He replied, I Googled Malaysian Airlines flights. Again, like, these are so safe. And I'm like, is it a small penis thing? And then another insult that I've been hearing is people go, wash poop before chatting. See, thank God for Google Translate right here in Twitter. So these people, everyone has been telling me to wash my poop. Like, all these Malaysians are going, you have to wash your poop. And I was like, hold on. Are y'all touching and washing your poop? Maybe that's why you're all so touchy.
So it's like an Indian thing, right? Where one hand is for eating and one hand is for wiping their ass.
Which one is for tweeting? Because
I don't think they got that far.
No.
I don't know.
And I was like, if you guys are washing your poop, that would explain so much. I'm like, we just flush ours down the toilet.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
make any sense.
It doesn't. And then so I was like, are you guys just, I said, boosh, burka, durka, durka translates to wash poop before chatting. Are Malaysians washing their poop? That would explain so much.
Oh, the chat. That's where polishing a turd comes from.
Oh my God. And then, God, the Malaysians thought they were roasting me. They're like, oh, you only speak a one language. Oh, we have to learn your language because you don't know our language. And I was like, yeah, making fun of someone for only speaking English is like making fun of someone for only driving a Porsche. Like, we have the best language. Our language is better, which is why you have to learn our language and not the other way around. Your language looks and sounds like shit. So just come on now. I know America, we're struggling right now. We're a little gay right now.
A little gay?
We're kind of in it. We're having a trans moment. We're
all gay
back
right now.
from this, as I think, we'll have good times again. But right now we are very gay.
Very, very
and
gay.
Again, even this GIF, like I just searched
you say
Malaysia
GIF?
and this
You're
came up.
GIFer? You say GIF, not GIF?
GIF, whatever.
I don't think I can
retarded.
be here.
GIF. Even this
think I can
Malaysian GIF has been triggering them.
What?
This is like them trying to insult me. It's just like a 4-man band and someone's on the floor banging a drum. And then I told them my only 9/11 joke, which is so old and barely good. I was once dumped on 9/11. I guess he wanted me to never forget him.
I agree with you though that there's nothing you can't joke about. I mean, some jokes don't land, but it's all worth trying. No,
This is when I got upset. I had to put down the phone because she said, "Yeah, cracker behavior." I said, "Just shut up and do my nails." Which again,
that's a good one.
I was getting a little feisty. I had to stop after this. I had to take a little break.
That's funny.
And then it was my bachelorette party, and we started to do bachelorette things. Fun.
I like the worm video.
Let's show that.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, we were
the
drinking at
worm
lunch.
video.
We were drinking at lunch, and I had to.
Why do you look like you have a cone head?
Because this is what I do. I was just wrap myself up in my hoodie. We drank White Claws at the pool all afternoon. Anyway, and this was great. This was great because my mom is dead. I'm not private about that. And this was the sick burn out of Malaysia. They drew a penis on my deceased mother's head.
No.
And pointed to her and wrote "dead idiot."
Oh no.
And I don't know if this is drool or teeth or what this is hanging out of her mouth. And I was like, I told a joke, and this is what the problem is with Malaysians or the language barrier or whatever's going on. I told a joke or whatever. Jocelyn Chia told a joke. I merely stood up for her. But like these people, they hear a joke and they process it as if they have been personally insulted. They interpret jokes the same way somebody like literally trying to start a fight with them. They're taking it so personally. They don't understand context. And I was like, wow, because I'm getting responses like I've just threatened them or their family or like, and it's like, you're taking this personally. I'm like, Chia, she made jokes about planes. She made jokes about, shitty events. She made jokes about really just airplane jokes. She wasn't saying, hey, Mr. Wang, whose family died in this horrible, tragic event. She did not make it personal. I can understand you shouting out like a person, like a name of a victim. That would be shitty. But she's making airplane jokes, but these people interpreted that as if she was making fun of the dead. People are not smart enough to understand the difference. And then they respond in kind like they've been personally insulted. And I was like, well, you guys are fucking dumb. Anyway.
I wonder if it's because of the large Muslim community there. I mean, to be fair, they're not the greatest at taking jokes.
I mean, I think they're Hindi there.
In Malaysia?
Yeah.
I thought they had a very big Muslim population, but I could be wrong. I don't
They might, but typically like the Asian countries, they're mostly Hindi. Let's Google.
All right.
Yeah. And I was like, what's going on? Oh yeah, this was another great insult. Your mother is green. People were saying your mom is green, and I was like, I mean, she's a box of dust. If anything, like I was like, that was not really hitting me as an insult. So again, I think it's very much a language barrier.
Oh yeah, there's 63% Islam, and the state religion is Islam.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's in the Constitution. So I would bet that has something to do with the inability to joke, because that's part of they don't really dig the jokes so much.
Wow. It's so sad. It's so sad for them. Like imagine living in a country where you can't
Culture,
laugh or make jokes or have a sense of humor. Like
this is why I actually
feel bad
appreciate
for them.
Jesus jokes. I like Jesus jokes, and I like
Same.
Christian jokes. Like I like being made fun of in that way, because I think that it's a really good thing. If you can be like, I'm a Catholic. I like Catholic jokes though. They're funny. And I think that I think it's good to be a type of person that can be okay with being joked about as well as telling the jokes. It's totally fine. Like make fun of Jesus all you want, because Jesus can handle himself. I don't need to stand up for Jesus. Jesus is okay. He'll be all right with the jokes. It's fine.
Great.
Yeah, it's so sad. And they're trying to insult me with insults that are sick burns in their country. And to me, they're meaningless. So it's like they're comically bad. And the grammar is comically bad. So I've been enjoying it. I've been laughing at them, which I think would make them very upset to know. But you guys are just gonna have to, I don't know, learn better English. Leo Fisher, thanks for the super chat. 1975 Vietnamese boat people. After days at sea, finally land. Where are we? Says Captain. Welcome to Malaysia, says man. Heck, says Captain. Back in boat. We try for Java. What's Java? I appreciate the joke, Leo. See, isn't it great to have a sense of humor? To take everything personally. Eric Stratton. NK, I have metastatic cancer jokes I use when making difficult medical teaching point. Wife, and I cooked them up, laughed at people till the end. You have to make jokes, especially in times of tragedy. My mom said the most hilarious things when she was dying of stage 4 brain cancer. And they're what I remember. It's like, it's what makes you great. I think that's the way to go out with dignity, is to make fun of your circumstance.
Totally agree.
And I feel sad for people who are too scared to joke or laugh, or don't have the intelligence to joke or laugh. It's not good. Russell Hall, doesn't a toilet sort of wash poop on its? That's true. That's right. We don't have to take our poop by hand and wash it like the Malaysians do. We just leave it in the toilet and we flush it away.
It's the weirdest insult ever.
It is so weird.
So strange.
I will. I'm gonna make a coffee table book of the Malaysian tweets. I've been saving them. I've been bookmarking them in a folder called Malaysian Insults.
She's got the file.
I have a file. Mark Sart. Good evening, lovely ladies. Chrissy, you are just making new friends all over the place. Just think of all the new material they are giving you. So much.
Oh, the fact that Keith Olbermann is like, busting a nut over you is so funny. He's just so upset, and he's all veiny and red faced. It's gross, but hilarious.
Yeah.
When you get Keith Olbermann mad, that's like it's a big win, Chrissy. You're big time now.
It's crazy because when I first saw it, I was like Keith Olbermann. He's like way too big and he's way too good to be talking to me. Like he's too.
No.
I remember
he streams from his garage now because he got fired from
10, 15 years ago as like a serious person on TV, and I was like, he's tweeting at me, a person who makes.
He got fired though since then, and now he just does streams from his garage. So he's not.
Wow.
He's not like legit anymore, but he's still hilarious. Like to get him pissed off about something because he's so out of control.
Maybe Keith is also washing his poop by hand. That is wrong here. Let's scrub it till it's not brown anymore.
He always seems mad to me.
Yeah.
Every video I've ever seen, he's screaming.
He's
about
always
something.
angry.
Oh my God. Dan Heelan, Malaysia's internet is so bad. Those tweets are probably about the 2020 joke. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, guys. Like, some of you look familiar. What's up, push up? Someone should send Chrissy a Malaysia travel guide, but make sure it isn't sent by airmail. God, I couldn't be less interested in a country. Oh no, we have to cancel our honeymoon to Malaysia. Just kidding. I would never fucking go there for any reason. Even if it were free, I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think
now none of us are going.
I don't think
Yeah,
Malaysia's
now of
a
course none
place
of
to
you can
visit.
go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. We can't. There's someone on Facebook in your comments who I think might be Malaysian.
I know they're being adorable. They're like,
dropping-
yeah, but I don't know English. They're like trying to keep up with the Google Translate, and it's
here's
adorable.
one. We Malaysian are very sorry that you were born out of your mom's arsehole. It was really shitty.
Yes, it was a gay birth. It was that's what happens.
These jokes they're not landing, folks. Can you look up some jokes?
A lot
in
like
English?
the planes. Yeah.
Look up some jokes because these ones they're just not landing. We don't understand.
Thank you, Push-Ups. The United States represents the living ideal of democracy. This is from Tunku Abdul Rahman, the first Prime Minister of independent Malaysia in 1965. Maybe Tunku could take a joke. Thank you, Push-Ups. Thank you, Valley Law. Hail the mayor. Thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see if any of these have to do with the topic. Dan Halen, show us those toe thumbs,
I'm
Megan.
telling you,
What
I
is
don't
this
have
about?
toe thumbs. I have regular thumbs. It's the other one. See,
They're
my
confusing
thumbs
you with
look
the
like
other Megan Fox.
Yeah, my thumbs are normal. They don't look like toes. They look like fingers.
I love that nail color.
Thank you. I just got it off of Amazon. I'm very happy with it. I like it.
This is an excellent question to Underwatt Studio. What are you eating if your poop is hard enough to wash? And then what are you washing it with, Dove?
I'm so confused.
Would they use it for
about
oil spills, like to get the oil off the animals?
washing. Gross.
Guys in the chat, Malaysians listening, stop washing your poop, okay? Like it's an unnecessary step. It's already out of your body. I think it would help your quality of life. Allison Barrett, as a black tabs Malaysian, I personally feel attacked. Wash your poop. I don't know what black tabs is, but thank you. Joshua 29, a coworker just had his leg removed above the knee due to an infection. His first words to us after the surgery was, I just got a job offer at IHOP. People need humor in their lives. That's hilarious. And let me tell you, I'm sure he was waiting to tell that joke, and he was excited about it, and couldn't wait to let people hear that.
Yep.
Okay, Frank did save some crazy, amazing Malaysian messages I've received. Right, because they're coming in again. The Malaysians love to attack all of your platforms. By the way, you've gotten thousands. I've gotten thousands.
If I start getting
messages.
Malaysian hate, it's going to be fun. We'll do like an entire stream just full of Malaysian hate jokes that don't land like they're planes.
It's like, if a Malaysian joke falls in the forest and doesn't make a sound, is it really an insult? That's how I feel. I'm like, good try, little buddy. Dan Halen, Malaysia's biggest interest is searching for friends on Tinder. Aw. Homegirl, don't wash her chicken or her poop. Thank you, Ghosting. And again, Malaysians, the best way to burn me and insult me is to send a super chat with an insult. Thank you. Will W. Last week sucked. Been waiting 2 years to become a butcher. Now they're bringing in so many pre-packed meats. I doubt they'll ever need a new butcher. Also a new food issue. Can't tell what I can eat. Oh my God. Will, sorry about your meat troubles. Thank you, Will. Do you expect them to eat it without washing it first? I mean, the chicken or the poop? Interesting. Thank you, Chris, though. And one more from Harry Brownhole. Yoda says, poop or poop not, there is no wash. Very wise. Oh, God. You guys are on fire tonight. From Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. Sign in Malaysian restaurant bathroom. Employees must wash poop before returning to work. Yeah. Hey, did you remember to wash your poop? Get back in there. Find it. Find it and wash it. You guys are too much. All right, let me see if I can find my. So Frank also, checks my Facebook because it's a lot, and I guess I've received thousands of messages, death threats, and the like. Very nasty messages. But I guess I deserve it for the crime of supporting a fellow comedian and then making jokes.
Her jokes, they were really funny. I mean, that plane crash was what, 10 years ago or something? Like, get over it already.
Yeah.
We can't joke about a 10-year-old plane crash. I mean, I get it if it's something that just happened like last week. You might want to give it another, a month or two, but it was 10 years ago. Are they pissed about the plane crash joke? Or the
what's under
general...
there? Is it like are they insecure about their technology? Are they insecure about their aviation?
I think she obviously hit on some truth that they're very uncomfortable with, which is they don't like the competition between, what happened in Singapore, and they don't like the fact that they're not, that's a big burn to them, I guess, that they're still a developing country, and calm down. Mm-hmm. We're going to be a developing country really soon. So we'll be there with you.
We'll be right down there with you, washing our poop,
And we will be telling the jokes about that at that point. Believe me, we will, because we find this very funny. The fall of Western civilization.
We laugh now, but when we're all scrubbing away at our dung, it won't be as funny.
But we will remember this conversation. So maybe we'll get a chuckle or two out of it.
Remember when we were joking on SimpCast, the good old days before we had to wash our poop? Don't you miss when you could just flush it down the toilet and never see it again?
Instead of dig a hole in the backyard.
You gotta pick it up.
Yeah.
And then you wash it basically till it's gone, I imagine. Let's see. Let's find a good Jocelyn Chia article. This is insane what's happening to her. But ultimately, going to be fantastic. I mean, other than the losing her Singapore citizenship, that's kind of sucks. And that was a huge overreaction. But it sounds like that's what they do best over there. All right, let me pull this up.
Why would she lose her Singapore?
Jocelyn Chia's MH370 joke sparks outrage in Malaysia and Singapore. So you're not making anyone
why would that
happy.
make Singapore upset?
Because they're embarrassed, like, oh, I don't know, jokes are, I guess, illegal there too. A comedian's joke about the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines flight.
Well, they cane your ass there for chewing gum or some
Really?
shit. You get caned for chewing gum in Singapore. Yeah, remember that American kid? He got his ass caned in the public square for spitting gum out on the sidewalk. They are for real serious in Singapore. If you go there, you better read all the signs and do what they say.
The foreign ministers of both countries condemned comedian Jocelyn Chia's joke that was made at the Comedy Cellar Club in New York recently. Singapore-born Chia posted an 89-second clip of her comedy act on TikTok and Instagram pages, sparking outrage among Malaysians. It also led Singapore's officials to apologize.
As if she speaks for Singapore? I mean, that's ridiculous. She's
Isn't it easier for
person.
them to just be like, yeah, we don't claim her, like she's an American, or she
lives
over
in
there
New York,
now,
like-
or
But they should have said nothing.
Yeah.
Why should this whole country of Singapore respond to a comedian who's probably had 3 shots in like what?
Right.
In some basement bar in New York. Like, come on. Not
Yeah.
that it's a basement bar.
let people be individuals, and maybe it's a socialism thing. I don't know. Let's see. Singapore's foreign affairs minister Vivian, that's a woman. Balakrishnan on Thursday apologized for offense and hurt caused to Malaysians over Miss Chia's joke. Vanu Galopa Menon, Singapore's High Commissioner to Malaysia, also apologized to all Malaysians for her hurtful remarks. Isn't
Well,
that
these are
sad
very
that they
brittle
feel they have
people.
to do that? Like they're like, oh, we're gonna cancel Singapore.
Well, they're so brittle. Like, we
It's very
apologize
weak.
to all Malaysians for her hurt. They weren't hurtful. It was funny. If you can't laugh at your
Like then
situation
you're too
or
stupid
whatever,
for comedy.
you
Sorry,
shouldn't-
like
don't be on TikTok either. You're too fragile for TikTok, and don't be on Instagram. You're too fragile for that. You might come
don't
across
click
something
on any comedy joke online. Like just avoid it because you can't handle it.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
I'm a little jealous that this didn't happen to me. Mr. Menon called her remarks about the missing airliner as well as other comments about Malaysia gratuitously offensive. That's pretty dramatic. He later clarified Miss Chia was no longer a citizen of Singapore.
Wow.
The Singapore government does not condone words or actions that cause harm or hurt to others, and Chia, who is no longer Singaporean, does not in any way reflect our views.
So they don't have freedom of speech there, obviously.
No, I guess not. It must fucking suck.
So you know what? Good for her
Yeah.
that she lost her citizenship to a country that shitty.
That sucks anyway. Yeah.
That totally sucks.
Trump was right. These are shitty countries.
These are shitty ass countries. This is a serious shit country that you don't want to go to. Don't go to
There's a bunch of
Singapore.
poop washers. Come on.
Don't go to Malaysia. These are
Malaysian
shit places.
Foreign Minister Zambri Abdul Qadir also reacted to the clip and said Ms. Chia act showed a total lack of sensitivity and empathy. Wow. Yeah, if you have no sense of humor, name me one empathetic joke. Name me one empathetic comedian.
Well,
someone that's known
okay,
for their
I
empathy.
can name you an empathetic comedian. What's her name? Nan What was the one on Netflix?
Nanette?
Nanette.
Oh,
Nanette.
yeah, she sucks. This video also clearly depicts
Actually-
behavior that is contrary to the values of Asian countries that are known for their manners and morals. So maybe this is an Asian thing.
I don't think it's an Asian thing in general. I don't think it's an Asian thing. I think it's actually about it's about tyranny. It's about control and populations that are under the control of governments. So it would be this way whether they were Asian or anybody else, because the Japanese aren't going to behave like this.
And here's the thing: this wasn't a Malaysian,
The
or
South
Singaporean
Koreans
club. This was an American New York City comedy club. So it's like it has actually like nothing to do with you guys.
with either of these countries. Look, well, Uncle Roger did his show on Netflix or not Netflix, on YouTube or whatever, and he got banned from China. So it's crazy. It's about these totalitarian governments. Because you're not going to see South Korea doing that. You're not going to see Japan doing that. So I don't think it's an Asian thing. I think it's just about totalitarianism, really. And when comedy is not allowed, and this is why we should all be very, very careful and support Chrissie and any other comedian.
Support Jocelyn. I mean,
and support Jocelyn, and any comedian who's brave enough to say something unpopular. Because the minute the jokes are not allowed, that's when you are living in a totalitarian nightmare, when you are not allowed to tell a joke anymore, which is why you should always tell the joke. Always tell it, Chrissie, no matter how bad you think it's going to go over, say it anyway.
Oh, yeah. So this, I actually Googled, like, are there Malaysian comedians? Do they exist? There might have been like 10 or 15. This guy, Harith Iskander, came up. And I was like, let's see what a Malaysian has to say about this. Does he defend comedy or does he bend the knee?
Assalamualaikum. Bonjour. I'm Harith Iskander. I'm overseas at the moment, as you can see. But I woke up this morning and everyone is asking me about the Jocelyn Chia clip. It has riled up Malaysians. Well, due to its insensitivity towards a tragedy.
Sorry, my internet is very Malaysian right now.
Now, the loss of the plane was and is a deeply traumatic event for Malaysians. As a comedian, I respect the freedom of expression that we comedians require to do our job, but it is equally important to exercise some level of sensitivity.
No, stop it.
Sensitivity and empathy when doing certain material, especially topics that are deeply personal or tragic. Comedy can be a powerful.
He's reading this, by the way. I don't think this is how he genuinely feels.
But it needs to be used responsibly. As Spider-Man
being preachy.
Shut up. Needs to be used responsibly. Shut your face.
Now,
yeah, like you're taking yourself too seriously.
You need to be aware
to be
of
responsible.
the potential impact.
You're not
comedians are supposed to make you laugh. That's it. Make you laugh.
Yeah, he's towing the line. He doesn't
comedians
like all art
to
forms
be like fucking role models. That's not the way that this works. No one's looking to comedians to be like, yes, give me life advice. Like, no, make me laugh and entertain me.
One person may not be necessarily funny to someone else, and you've got to keep in mind.
Yeah, so why can't they accept, like, wow, some people clearly thought this was hilarious. We don't, but it's ultimately so selfish when you make it about you and you're being offended instead of being like, well, clearly other people appreciated this joke. It wasn't for me, but like, why try to cancel jokes existing? Why to try to cancel somebody for just trying to make other people laugh? It's like you're making your sensitivity and your taste more important than the people who enjoyed it. It's very selfish.
Now, I know Jocelyn is performing in the Comedy Cellar, which I think is a club in the US, but as a Singaporean, she should have been a little bit smarter to realize that in this age of social media, on a Malaysian in the audience and then bringing up MH370.
So she should cower in fear for doing crowd work? No, fuck that.
It's gonna get up on the internet, girlfriend. It's gonna have a wider effect.
Oh, girlfriend, what risks are you taking, Harith? Because if you're not, it's hard to respect you as a comic.
As a comedian, my intention is to make people laugh, and I believe comedians and stand-up comedy should strive to create a positive
and inclusive. Yeah, she was being inclusive. She was including Malaysians and Singaporeans. That sounds pretty inclusive.
Environment. I make fun of Singapore all the time.
Do you? Because have you been canceled by them?
Yeah.
Obviously, his jokes aren't that funny because he's never been canceled.
Coexist, and and we're like competitive cousins, right? Now, so finally, Jocelyn, before I go, I just want to say one thing. Malaysia, we may be still a developing nation, but when it comes to kindness and thoughtfulness,
shut up.
we are definitely
Wow.
first world.
Oh, Lord, here
Don't
we
know
go.
about other
What
countries.
a condescending,
wink,
douchey
wink.
thing
It's
to
a
say.
joke. Take care, guys.
Boo! I would never pay
That
money
wasn't
to
a
see
joke.
this person.
And
That wasn't a
Chrissy's
joke,
like,
it was a
I've got
virtue.
1,000 messages proving otherwise that they weren't nice to you.
You know what
No,
I would
they were
appreciate from this guy? Hey,
terrible.
here's a time I told a joke where people came after me for it. Guess what? It's part of the art. It's your job is to push.
Chrissy, check the private chat because Frank just they wrote about you.
Well, then let me finish this article. Great. Mr.
You
Menon
made the
said his-
Malaysian press, by the way.
Oh, of course. Wow. I'm shocked. Mr. Menon said comments like Ms. Chia's were unhelpful and undermine the close. Really, I didn't realize jokes were supposed to be helpful. Jokes were supposed to make people laugh. Undermine the close trust and friendship that both are. If someone's joke that they tell in New York has the power to undermine a country's relationship with another country, you are giving that joke and that comedian far too much power.
Way too much power. But jokes do have power. Okay, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the thing. This is what it all comes down to, though. Humor has an immense amount of power. And there's a clip that I sent you, Chrissy, for the show that hopefully we'll get to at some point, where it's like kids in a classroom and the teacher is showing them this pride video with like women kissing.
yes.
And all the kids are like, oh, come on. Why are you showing this to kids? And they're laughing and they're like, you know. When that starts happening and they're joking and laughing about a thing, that's when the thing crumbles, right? That's when it all falls apart. So actually, comedians do have a lot of power, but an entire country admitting it that like, oh no, that's crazy. They should just ignore it.
All right, I'm gonna blow through this. You're 100% right. Since the outrage, Ms. Chia's Twitter has been suspended. I don't know if that's true. I think she's not really on Twitter. I think they just probably went to go find her Twitter and couldn't find it. But I think she was never a big Twitter comedian. She was more Instagram, TikTok. Reports said she had taken down her Instagram profile, which is where she shared the clip from the act. The clip stayed up on TikTok, which reports said are still up. Wow. The Straits Times reported that lawyer turned comedian Ms. Chia is now a U.S. citizen and is a regular performer in New York. Okay, so maybe she already didn't have the Singaporean citizenship. Maybe that just expired or something.
She was
and
born
maybe
there. She was born there.
She was definitely born there.
So
But
yeah, it said she was born there.
at
So
first, I thought that they took it away because of this joke, but maybe it just
she is
expired.
also
like an
a U.S. citizen because she lives in New York and she's done that. But she was born in Singapore, so she has like dual citizenship, and they denied her that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a big loss. The Star reported
No,
citing
it doesn't.
screenshots shared by social media users that Ms. Chia had. First of all, hello, Zia. I forgot to welcome in Zia Anderson. Hello. The Star reported citing screenshots shared by social media users that Ms. Chia had replied to a comment by local stand-up comedian Jason Long, who appeared to endorse her performance by saying, "I love this bit." Oh, wow. Somebody stood up for her.
Good.
And somebody saying, "Oh, not funny. I lost an auntie and 2 cousins do." But guess what? Like
Well, of course
you're
it's not funny
you're
to
making it
you.
about you, and Jocelyn's joke was not directed at you personally, meow person. You know what I mean?
Also,
it was like,
everybody handles that kind of stuff differently. Some people handle that kind of stuff with humor and some people don't. But taking away the ability for other people to handle tragedy with humor because you're
Right.
sensitive about it is unbelievably selfish. And you're just a dick if you do that.
It's very selfish. The outlet reported that an Instagram user at Saruv86 commented on Jocelyn's stand-up video saying the tragedy should not be made a joke, to which Jocelyn replied otherwise.
Why not?
But really, I think the DMs I have of Malaysians mentioning 9/11 would completely negate this comment. Ms. Chia reportedly responded, "Tragedy plus time equals comedy. It's been long enough, man." She reportedly also claimed on her Instagram that people can have the right to joke about tragic events and they can make it funny. Exactly. And if you can't take a joke, that is a you problem. That
It's a
is
you
not
problem.
a Jocelyn problem.
Nope.
Kudsia Kahara, former Malaysian radio announcer who shared the video on Twitter, said Miss Chia had crossed the line. All right, well, cross the line for you. Other people enjoyed it. You're not more important than other people just because you're offended. I draw the line at turning MH370 into a joke. A good stand-up never turns tragedy into death. No, this is false.
That is
this
so
bullshit.
false.
This is you don't understand. You're not a comedy fan if you're
That is
saying
so
this.
wrong. You've just never known comedy ever.
And then
To say
the
something
memes,
like that.
Look at this horrible lame meme. I love it. They
No,
tried
her,
though.
her career is not over.
No, she's gonna
just keep going. And here's the thing: never apologize for this shit. Never. Double down. Always.
I think she needs major nature therapy. I don't even know what that means. Local reports said there is also demonstration.
Wait, that was
my gosh, she's having a protest. I love it.
And that was a Malaysian actress who tweeted, I think she needs major nature therapy. Again, we don't understand you, Malaysian people. We don't get what you mean.
Don't make a comment if you barely understand English. Local reports said there is a demonstration planned for Friday in front of the U.S. Embassy in Kuala Lumpur to protest. So they had a protest for her on Friday. There are also calls from certain groups in Malaysia to ban her from entering the country. That's fucking
I'm going to Google the pictures.
Meanwhile, New York Comedy Cellar's Twitter handle wrote that they were experiencing a significant and damaging online attack over the comedian's show. So now they're going after the Cellar. Very mature, guys.
Yeah, because they can control the material of the comedians that come in on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's very disgusting. In the first, now deleted version of the tweet, we used the word canceled. We were being tongue-in-cheek. We are not canceled, but we are experiencing a significant and damaging online attack. Wow. Some other Malaysian person said I would have told her it was too much. Well, guess what? She fucking did the jokes she wanted to do because she's a Cellar comedian, which means she's pretty good.
I just want to point out that I just Googled the protest, and all I can find are a couple of articles that mention there is one planned for Friday, which would be last Friday, and there are no pictures of any protest from Friday.
Yeah, how many people came out?
So I don't think anyone came.
Like 4 people were there, and they're like, we probably shouldn't post this.
What happens if you plan a protest and no one shows up?
Here's
That's
what's
so embarrassing.
stupid about this, but it's equally important to exercise some level of sensitivity and empathy when doing certain material, especially deeply personal or tragic topics. Guess what? It's not like one specific family had a car wreck and died. This was a very public event. Okay, it wasn't kept secret. Comedians are allowed to talk about any public event, whether it's tragic or not. So it's not like, again, this is not meant to personally offend specific people. She's making jokes about airplanes and about an event that is public. It's in the public knowledge. It was 10 years ago. It's not like it just happened.
It's insane that this is even
a Malaysian
I can't
member of
believe
parliament
people are so
referred to Ms. Chia as a bad seed, a
Oh!
chia seed.
Chia seed, you might say. Chia seed.
And now you have all these other virtue signalers saying, I must say it's a bad taste. Oh, well, guess what? If your job is not like, if I only want to hear from people who get paid to make people laugh. Your comments are irrelevant otherwise. It's so easy as a person who doesn't get paid to make people laugh. Where you say, "Oh, don't offend anyone." It's like, well, you don't know what the fuck to do. Have you been on stage?
God,
Also-
it must be so difficult. But if
I
to
can't
say that a
imagine.
joke is in bad taste might be true. Like it might be true that a joke was in bad taste, but that doesn't mean it wasn't funny. And it doesn't
Right.
mean that it isn't valid to say. And like your taste is different than somebody else's taste. And so to say, well, it's in
joke
bad
police.
taste. Well, according to you.
And the culture has become, if you're offended, your taste is now better or more important than the person who's not offended or
Than
the person who
laughed.
laughed. Joke. Yeah.
People are so narcissistic. They think their worldview is the way everyone's view should be, whether it's comedy or your lifestyle or whatever it is. It's this weird thing where people get this narcissism of like, oh yeah, well, I think this is the best way to live. Therefore it is. So if other people aren't doing it, they're stupid. And I see it online so much with everything. And it's ridiculous. People need to get off their fucking high horses.
And it's interesting too, because I had learned about 2 or 3 years ago about the Hayokas, the Hopi Indians, the jesters or the Pueblo clowns or whatever they called them. And they were sacred to the tribe, literally sacred, because they were the contrarians. They were the ones that went against the culture to make a point and to bring people back down to earth in a way,
That's like the court jester with the kings and queens. The court jester was the only person allowed to basically make fun of the king. And that's something that we all need. We need someone who can make fun of the king, because if you don't have anybody who can make fun of the king, guess what? You're all screwed.
Dangerous.
It's very dangerous. The jester, the clown serves a very important role. I find comedians to be at the very edge of what's important in freedom of speech, in freedom in general. I never get angry at comedians. If I don't like what they say, and there's plenty of them I don't like, I turn the channel. That's all you need to do. It's just there's a little button on the remote and you can just go to a different show. I like it happened the other night. I was on Netflix. I was watching some comedy special. I don't remember what it was. And he went on for about 5 minutes too long about penis jokes that I just wasn't into. And it was like, okay, that was like 5 minutes too long. I'm just moving on. I'm just going to move on. I don't care if you tell penis jokes all day long, but if they're not making me laugh, I need to move on. But it's not something you did wrong, because somebody might be laughing their ass off at that joke. I just wasn't into it. But I'm not like going to protest this poor guy for telling bad penis jokes.
Right.
And if you try not to offend anyone, you'll never be able to tell a joke ever again, because something is always going to offend someone. There's no way.
Yeah. You're going to apologize yourself out of a job.
Right.
You're going to apologize yourself into a corner. Because once you apologize, like if Jocelyn were to apologize, sorry, I said that. Well, guess what? Now she can't do ever again. Make any kind of Malaysian joke, any kind of Singaporean joke.
She can't
Probably not any
apologize.
other kind of Asian joke when she is Asian, and she should be able to.
If I could give her advice, I would say, Jocelyn, your next set must be 100% Malaysian jokes. Like full on
set.
Worse than what you did, which was not bad at all. Like go for the throat on the next one, and then this will end. Because they'll realize we can't intimidate her through this shit. And it will end. And then people will just be braver. See, that's the thing. And you need someone, though, to double down on this shit before other people stand up and go, yeah, you know what? She's right. This is dumb.
Yeah. Well, remember when I said a couple minutes ago that I was jealous of Jocelyn because I wanted some press? Well,
you just got it.
You just got it.
Be careful what you ask for.
Well, here I am. American comedian Chrissie Mayr baits Malaysians on Twitter. Makes
you're a
mass
Malaysian
joke.
baiter.
I'm so happy they spelled my name right.
What's Moss joke?
I don't know.
What's a
More
Moss joke?
jokes? I have no idea.
What
Chrissie
is
Mayr
yes.
engages with angry Malaysians on Twitter. Look at me looking chic.
You
Dallas.
look super hot in that picture, by the way. Yeah, they picked a great photo of you.
And that's in Dallas. I recognize that.
My favorite Malaysian insult so far is that I'm old enough to die. You guys are idiots. Literally, everyone is old enough to die.
That's good. I like that they left the likes out of it, because there sure would have been a lot of them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, we better crop that out. No one likes this.
With Jocelyn, quote, no longer a Singaporean, Chia, still trending on Twitter. A relatively unknown American comedian. Oh, sick burn. At least over on this side of the globe. Yeah, I'm not trying to be known to Malaysia. You guys are irrelevant.
A relatively unknown American comedian. Ouch.
So MAS is Malaysian airline.
Oh my God. Y'all need to fix your spelling errors. Choose to bait. It's chose, not choose. Choose to bait Malaysians with a Malaysian Airlines mass joke. It all started when Chrissie Mayr shared a clip of Chia's stand-up bit and commented that it's not a comedian's job to avoid certain topics that trigger the sensitive, but it's their job to be funny. I really hope Jocelyn doesn't apologize. I still feel that way. She had to have known this wouldn't sit well with many here. Oh, guess who doesn't give a fuck about that?
Who doesn't give a flying fuck?
Right.
Guess what?
To tweet her support for Chia, Mayr decided to engage with a barrage of criticism. Her Twitter account, because you started sending me death threats, you fucking morons.
That's totally rational after a joke. Absolutely.
I like how they say you decided to engage with it, as if, what were you supposed to, what's the right thing to do? Nothing. You're supposed to just ignore the barrage of hate that you're getting. But if you decide if you decide to get involved, then it's, she did this thing. She decided to get involved. Like, well, how about, why were people giving her a barrage of
Right.
hate.
Am I baiting them or am I standing up for myself and I'm
Yeah.
having fun with it? But apparently I baited them by saying the street joke that I mentioned earlier. My dad's computer crashed. I asked him what he did. He replied, I Googled Malaysian Airlines. That's fucking funny. Prior to that, Mayr acknowledged the reaction she had been receiving following her support for Chia. I'm asking if the lack of sense of humor is a cultural thing. I'm honestly asking. She then went to town. I went to town, engaging with some of the responses she had been getting. To what? Oh my God. No way.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just did me the biggest solid on this. This is fucking hilarious.
Great.
To one user, she labeled her something wrong.
I'm gonna cry.
Pee my pants. Do you not know they're doing a self-own right now?
I guess not.
No, they don't have a sense of humor. Of course they don't.
Oh my God. This is so precious.
Ugh.
To one user, she labeled her something wrong. Sick burn from something wrong here. She even engaged with this is like the thank you for doing a highlight reel of my best
This
roast.
is a great article for you, Chrissy. They made you look super hot in the lead photo for one. Super hot photo. Super hilarious tweets. Like, this is so good.
Oh my
You couldn't
God.
have paid for this.
I would have paid for this. She even engaged with those who wrote to her in Bahasa Malaysia, dissecting one insult she received as Bashu Barak Dalu Baruk Sembang, which translates to wash poop before chatting. Are Malaysians washing their poop? That would explain so much.
They really, this is great press for you. Oh my God. They like brought up so many good tweets.
Oh God. Mayr, who possibly used Google Translate, found out what the phrase means and remarked, are Malaysians washing their poop? That would explain so much. When someone replied to her asking, you guys don't wash it after pooping, she misunderstood it to mean poo and confidently responded, no, we flush it down the toilet. Yikes, you guys are gross. Oh, they don't understand.
Oh,
even the journalists don't understand.
They don't get humor. They don't get humor.
Oh my God, anyone with good hygiene would know that it means one's rear end, and it's only common sense to wash it after pooping. Yeah, you didn't make that clear, Malaysians.
Just right over their heads.
Oh my God! And then they added this tweet about
suggest?
old enough to die.
They must know about Americans. We don't really have bidets here. I mean, some people do after the 2020 toilet paper shortage, but that's not a cultural thing in America. Like it just isn't. So that joke wouldn't land. It just wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they edited in my tweet about
very nice. Very nice.
Being like, I've yet to hear a good 9/11 joke. Who is Chrissie Mayr? Who is she?
Ooh,
While Malaysians are very familiar with comedians from the US, such as Jerry Seinfeld. I'm getting compared to Jerry Seinfeld,
Dave Chappelle,
George Carlin. These are all household names that have been in the industry like 30,
well, until
40
you got to
years.
Sarah Silverman.
And so many other names.
She's not in the same category.
You mean the people that are in movies and TV shows that have been syndicated throughout the entire world? Those people? Wow.
Chrissie Mayr is now in the same article as Jerry Seinfeld. I love it.
That's pretty rad.
That is pretty cool. It's not that well known here.
Well, that's because they just didn't get, I guess they didn't get the whaling viral video.
Burns continue. In fact, for many Malaysians, it is safe to assume today is the first time they are hearing her name. Who is she? Twitter
and they
bio
will never forget it.
Comedian. These guys really did their research. Google gave us an article from the
the HuffPost.
Very fair and balanced Huffington Post.
Huffington Post.
Just a few days ago, where Mayr was apparently criticized for making a racist joke. According to the article, Mayr has also attended a Donald Trump pre-riot January rally. Oh my God! You mean
what
just
is
a
a
riot?
pre-riot? That's slander.
The
What is a
pre-riot, or
pre-riot?
what leftists called the rally that was January 6th. It wasn't, there was a rally in November, December, and January.
But
these
Capitol March?
retard leftists have been calling it a pre-riot because they're stupid.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
What,
And
you
so they're
mean-
just lifting this from Huffington Post.
Do they
They're
also have
not.
a post riot? Is
They're
that
being
they were
lazy with
like,
their journalism.
Oh, here it comes. My favorite joke.
In a clip, Mayor made a racist joke about fast food chain Chick-fil-A serving fried chicken, which they're not going to understand either.
Trying to
There's
explain to
clip again.
Malaysians
Yeah.
what the
Can you,
racist
can you
chicken
guys
fried
explain
chicken
black
joke is.
stereotypes to Asians? I would love to see how you would try to do that, guys. Idiots.
Wait,
I love
play
this
the
so
clip.
much.
Play
I
the
love
clip.
I love it so
We have to get the
much.
full.
It's pretty ridiculous to just assume that Chick-fil-A, I mean, you know, I'm hesitant to make a fried chicken joke, but they sell fried chicken. I don't know how much more inclusive we can get here.
That laugh.
I love Eric Bowling. Yes. Anyway, moving on. Wow.
I love it.
Gigantic props and a shout out to the Rockayat Post. This is my favorite article of all time.
You need to
This is
share
my
this immediately.
Absolute favorite. I could not be.
You should print it out and frame it. This is
Could not
good.
be more thrilled about this.
This
that
is good
is
stuff.
that is a fantastic article. They really pulled some good moments. They just made you look really funny. Like this article, they're like, I mean, you are really funny, but they were like, let's highlight how I'm really tired. Let's highlight how funny she is. Let's like show off how great. And
I mean, honestly, if I didn't know that you didn't pay for this, I would have thought you paid your PR firm for this article.
This is a good article.
You could pay for this, and this is the type of thing people would pay for. Like this is a great, this is
really
great press, Chrissy. Good stuff.
Tweeting it out.
I'll
Like,
retweet
I'll
it.
promote.
I'll go retweet it right now. It's
Oh
really
my
funny.
God. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you, Jocelyn, for sharing your viral success with me. Oh my God. That makes me so
I wish
happy.
she was here with us.
I know. I texted her. I
Oh.
want to see if she wants to jump on. I'll send her the link. I would love her to come on. Jocelyn, if you're listening, which I know you're not, please come on. Yes, I'm no Sarah Silverman, but you know,
Thank God.
oh my God, she's no George Washington. We've heard of him. Kate's, aka Snake.
She's no George.
That's what these insults sound like to me. Well, she's no Obama.
Oh.
Wow. Well, Sarah Silverman has been a comedian for the last 40 years. I can't compete with that. Yeah. Sean Green. 1 minute, it's Anna, that Star Wars girl. Then it's Sia. Great trick. Yes, she's still in the back room. She'll come out when she's ready. MK Solid. My doctor said that my shifted pelvis may never recover if I keep visiting Zealand.
Pixar, it didn't happen. MK Solid. Pixar, it didn't happen.
Oh my God. I'm so tickled by that article.
This is a great article. Like I can't get
I
over
couldn't
it.
be
I'm
happier.
so
I know.
happy for you.
I think I
feel like
peed my
you won.
pants.
I feel like you won a Grammy or an Emmy or something. I'm like, this is so good. This
I
article. is
feel like I was
crack up.
reading something out of the Babylon Bee. Is this an Onion article? Mark of Reality is sick of people from other countries trying to censor what is said in this country. Yes, 100%
So
this.
true.
This.
Yeah, you guys might not have freedom of speech in your fucking country, but we have it here. So shut the
Right.
fuck up. This isn't
Yeah,
Canada.
I'm not telling you how to fucking roll your sushi, okay? Don't tell me how to do my jokes.
Chrissy, see the private chat. Someone on Twitter sent this meme. It's really funny. I want you to see it.
Oh, I'm dying. You guys, this is my favorite thing ever. These memes are iconic. Oh, boycott Chrissie Mayr. Yeah, very bad. Very not good. Very bad woman. But she is not Jerry Seinfeld.
That's really
We've heard of
funny.
him. We have not heard of you. Yeah, I'm not trying to be heard about in Malaysia. I have never been there. I don't have Malaysian content. I don't think I've mentioned or thought of Malaysians in my entire life until 4 days ago.
Who knew that it would be the Malaysians to make you internationally famous?
Yeah,
right.
Not just Asians, but Malaysians.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Keep the
Chrissy.
iconic memes coming, and they can't meme. I thought the leftists couldn't meme. No, the Malaysians can't meme.
No, they're terrible at it. They don't make any of the ones that
They're
you showed
all
me.
using clip art from 1992.
no.
And they're not even
Precious.
like funny. Like they don't even make any sense. You're
No.
like, you just said a thing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm like, can I help you with this? Can I come?
You're like, I got a few sick burns myself. If you'd like, I can give you some material,
Can you
guys.
please,
Like,
just let me help you. Robert Lowry, hello, lovely ladies. Nice to see
Oh,
that you finally
Robert.
got the real
Hey.
and only Megan
Aw.
Fox on SimpCast. Fuck Malaysia.
Malaysia. Love you,
Oh, wow.
Robert. Good
Love
to
you,
see
Robert. Deranged Lunatic, Chrissy's making friends and influencing people. Oh my god.
She's giving us lessons.
She's so fearless. It's so good to have fearless. She's team balls, you know?
Aw.
Team balls all the way.
aw,
Well, you know what?
Seinfeld.
Like your first time getting canceled is always the hardest, and then like after that, it's like getting fired. Honestly, like when it first happens, you're upset. You're like, oh my god, am I gonna survive? Is this gonna get better? Is this gonna? And then you get fired again
Always
and again
better.
and again, and then you kind of expect it at a certain point. You basically have your desk already packed up. You know, you're like, this could be any day could be my last. George Seinfeld, is Zia single? I have a pool in my backyard.
A pool, you say? I might be single for a pool. Nick.
It's a lot of snacks back there, Zia. Is this part of your snack stream? In the
Yeah,
future,
I
or did
finished
you
my
do one
snack
already?
stream. I had literally like one of everything because
How are you
this week
eating? How are you eating that shit and still looking like that?
they're all going to my boobs.
That's
No,
not fair. That's not fair.
I swear I eat really healthy, like 90%, 80% of the time. But this weekend I ate nothing but candy. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. It was a joke. Nick actually came in. I said, I'm sorry, it was a joke. And he went, this is what this poor man puts up with. Sorry, I love you.
That's great.
Yeah, no, I try not to eat too much, but I swear to God, Amy with her gift bags of candy, all I ate this weekend. I didn't eat anything all day yesterday until pretty much we went to dinner. I just ate candy and I shared a burger with Gigi. And then all day today, I ate candy. And then I had a beef burrito. So I've eaten nothing but candy and beef for 2 days.
Wow.
I need a vegetable. I'm going to die.
Don't die.
I'm
I'm going to blow through a couple of these really quick. Frank Wolf Connell, thanks for the super chat. What will Chrissy go viral for next? ESG Simps want to know. I don't even know. You never know what's going to take. You never know what will upset people. Even standing up for someone else upsets people. Dan Halen, I heard well-known Malaysian grifter Ian Miles Chong would be screaming right now if his mouth wasn't full with Elon Musk. Hey, I wanted to tweet. Hey, Ian Miles Chong, explain to your people what a joke is. But I didn't. Because I didn't know if he would come to my aid.
Oh no.
Elsa Barrett, please put boycott Chrissie Mayr on a t-shirt. That's great. That could at least be a sticker. Deranged Lunatic, Zia, sorry to hear you burned your chest. Yes, it was with a curling iron.
Look at this.
Oh, is that what that is? Ow.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Those
Let's go
curling
solo.
irons are
Let's just
hot.
show that burn off. Yeah, look at that burn.
What did you drop it?
No, I was just curling my hair down here and I had it tilted down and I'm not used to these boobs being as big as they are. So it's poking out a little bit further than I'm used to. And I just like right on it. And I didn't even notice it at first. It was really the smell of burning plastic that got me. I was like, oh no, that's what that is.
Is my titty burning?
Why would it smell like burning plastic?
I'm joking. They're fake.
Oh, that's funny. Burning. What's that? Plastic burning? Oh, it's my tit.
Oh, it's my boob.
Wow, you're just one big ad for breast augmentation.
It's all I've been talking about for months. I'm sure people are sick of
You know,
it.
Zia, you're going to trigger big implant with jokes like that.
They're going to be like, it doesn't smell like there's now going to be a bunch of the natural Cientra, whatever the implants being like, they're actually not plastic. They're silicone. Oh, really?
Oh my God.
I bet that does take some getting used to.
It actually does. I forget that they're there sometimes. and I'll, like,
Somebody
go to
wrote
move
on
my
here,
arm
that's
and
a hickey. And it's so funny because I'm not going to lie. It's kind of what I thought it was.
It does look like a hickey, doesn't it?
It's too much in a straight line. I figured it was an injury.
I guess
Someone said it looked like a bullet shell, like a casing fell on my boob.
I've
and I
had
was like,
that
that's
happen.
way cooler.
Yeah.
See, that's way
I've actually
cooler.
had that happen to me. I went to a gun
That
range
hurt?
once and I was wearing a t-shirt that was sort of like this. It was like a round thing. And the guy looked at me and he goes, "Do you have a different t-shirt?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Why would I have a different?" No. He's like, "Well, I don't know. You got to watch out for the flying shell casings." And I'm like, "Excuse me? What? Can that happen?" He's like, "Oh yeah, and then you can get burned." I'm like, okay. And then I did get hit by one, but it didn't burn me. So
That's good. At
Wow.
least it didn't burn. I was wondering if it hurt because it does sound painful.
it hurts when it hits you, but yeah, I didn't get burned, thank goodness.
That's good.
But apparently when you go to the shooting range, you're supposed to wear a high-necked shirt.
I did not get that memo. I had my tits out for the gram. James,
Chrissie Mayr's
too
boobs put
bad
up
Gilbert
nothing.
Godfrey isn't here to talk about this. Oh, he died.
Oh,
Great
Gilbert.
comic. Great comic. Great guy.
He was trying to get me to say Jewcock on the podcast I did with him, and I'll cherish that forever.
And now
I'll
you
take
have
it
to
with
say it
me.
more.
And now I have to say it all the
memory.
time for Gilbert.
For Gilbert. Kate C. Thanks for the super chat. Kathleen Manigan has been using MH370 since 2019. Well, maybe she's not very online, or else she would have been canceled by now. Isn't it funny how some people, get away with it and some people don't? K-Max testing SimpCast on Malaysian trivia. What city is its capital? I don't know. Hong Kong?
No
Who
idea.
fucking
Kuala
cares?
Lumpur, maybe.
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala
However
Lumpur
you say
actually
that.
probably is it.
I don't think anybody knows that. MK Solid, you see the Megan Fox kids story? Yes,
Yes.
we're gonna get to that. I will leave that there.
The other one.
Stanley, Stanky Pusia, thank you for the super chat. Do you have to wash your dog's poop too, or is it just human poop? It sounds like it's just human poop that they're
Yeah.
washing.
I
Do
have
they
to
use
refresh my glass. I'm going to be
Refresh
right
it,
back.
please. 200 watt studio. Poop is like cotton candy, dissolves in your mouth. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus Davila, for the super sticker. Dan Halen. Marshall would fit right in Malaysia if they go far enough to poop in the sink. I bet they do. Wouldn't put it past them. Pizza is great. Zoolander had to save Malaysia's prime minister. Yeah, and I feel like they've taken that for granted. They've forgotten all about that. Christopher, Captain Something Wong. We too low. Holy fuck. Bang ding ow. Oh God, I love that the journalist shot.
This
his
is
throat out.
such big humor in Hawaii. Like this Asian, because there are more Japanese and Asian people in Hawaii than there are Hawaiian people. And that's always been like, we joked like that all the time growing up. And now it's so funny because I look at it and I'm like, oh, we would have been canceled as fucking like 6-year-olds because that was like the big joke there all the time was the Asian talk. And then there's like the I'm gonna get myself into trouble, but all the kids would do the like, my mom is Chinese or my mom is Japanese, my dad is Chinese, and I'm half, and they would do the
Everyone did that. Every kid
that
did
was
that.
like this. It was such a normal thing, and now it's like if you do that, it's like you're canceled, you're racist. I'm like the Asian kids were doing this when I was growing up.
I was told that this is Chinese and this is Japanese.
There you go. That's what it is. And
I was like, I know the difference.
Half. Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to that being screenshotted by the Malaysian media.
Oh, they're gonna they're gonna lose
MK
it.
Solid, you gonna talk about the Yes, we did. Okay, hold on. I already read that. Sorry. 200 watt burnt silicone breast taste like hot cock.
How do you know what hot cock
How do
tastes like?
you know?
200 watt.
Push-ups. Jocelyn Chia did a January 6th joke. Check out Jocelyn Chia demonstrates why liberals can't fight. Yeah, if she comes on later, we could do that. Remember this Ralkin night. Yes, remember when Ari Shaffir joked about Kobe's death immediately after it happened? I chuckled. That was very spicy. And he understood that risk. He also jokes about tragedies as soon as they happen. Like that's his thing. He's done it
Ari
many
Shaffir
times.
does not give a fuck.
Yeah, it's great. And he's still thriving and working. Derek Steele, dad died on his deathbed wearing a shirt that said busy doing nothing. The ambulance guy lost it when I made a joke about it. LMAO. That's so funny. I love that. Thank you, Derek.
That's just how some people process tragedy. And to tell them you can't do that is like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Why do we have to be like you?
Yeah.
6 turning for burning. Well, they may be triggering by Flight 370. They appear to be over the grief of Flight 17 that was shot down over Ukraine in July of 2014. Yeah, they pick and choose their tragedies. It seems to be triggered by James Eckert. Is this comedy? We expect it is. Thank you. Ronaldo, the internet will never stop 9/11 jokes. They're the best. They are. They can be very funny. Kate C. Methinks Malaysia needs to go pound sound or pound sand. Wow, you guys are great. Okay, Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia are all run by the military. They have leaders, but also not, says GJJ. Interesting. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are smart. Praetor, look up Johnny Somali to see about Japan. He's terrible. Like another Malaysia and Singapore are soft. Taiwan, number one. Thank you, Jacob Rotten. Let's see if there's any other Malaysia-related super chats here. McCrae, did they react this way when Derek Zoolander was recruited to kill the Malaysian Prime Minister? Yeah. Again, that was a movie that was very famous. Thank you, GJJ, for becoming a member. Leo Fisher compliments to Nick Brown. Death threats. What are they going to do? Book Chrissy on a Malaysian flight?
That's funny.
Wow,
Really
I need to
good.
get my soundboard out for that. I love my soundboard.
That is so funny.
That's great. Thank you. I already did that. I already did that. Kamikaze. Not all singers are poor. Some of them do okay. All right. Thank you. Oh, wow. For Zia, backhand. Hi, ladies. Love and hugs. Hey, chat. Did you know Zia is awesome and amazing and super talented? Just thought you all know.
I love you, backhand.
You guys know that?
My whole heart with that sweet boy. Oh my god.
Medieval syphilis did shooting with body armor, had rifle rounds get stuck and couldn't move due to the course of fire. Got some sick scars. That's badass. Very masculine.
That is
Thank you.
badass. Yeah.
Chicks dig scars, as my son said to me the other day. He's 8. And he said,
Wait,
expected him to be old.
Yeah,
I thought he was like a
8-year-old
teenager or
son said
something.
chick dig scars.
No, he's 8, and he had his knees were all busted up, and I was like, buddy, what happened to your knees? And how come you didn't come to me crying? Because we're just now getting to that stage where he might not freak out and cry when he gets hurt. And he's like, yeah, I figured I just walk it off. And I'm like, okay, well, that's all right. How are they feeling? He goes, it's fine. I said, do you need a Band-Aid? He goes, nah, chicks dig scars. I about died. Obviously, his father has been in his ear about not crying and
so
walking it off, and chicks dig scars. That did not just come from him naturally.
That's
Oh my God.
great.
I love that he has a sense of humor. Oh my God, I wanted to show this before. Zia was at my bachelorette party recently. Oh, also,
That
this
was
was
so
one of my
fun.
favorite memes.
Oh my God.
What
is this?
Now
Sorry.
there's a lot to unpack here.
What is even
this?
going on?
It doesn't even make
There's a lot
sense.
happening.
You look like a
Again,
mermaid
the
in the air.
Malaysians are very limited with their, I guess, meme technology. I don't know if this was made on clip art or what. Microsoft Paint. Let's break this down.
Those were what I just read what that said. I'm sorry, what?
See, point of view. This is from Freeze. Thanks. Shout out to Freeze with 0 followers. Great. Why do I? She's literally a non-person. Point of view. Chrissie Mayr was the aeroplane. So this is twins. This is me.
Not
Twins
the Twin
Tower.
Towers. The
Twins.
Tower.
The United States, just one state. This is me. I am flying on 9/11 airline or Airy line.
I gotta say, I love this picture. Your hips look fucking killer in this
This is taken
photo.
from a workout
Like a
video.
mermaid.
I love it.
A sky mermaid.
But I am the airplane. I like that my arms are out like propellers.
Yes.
This
I like
is
that
the
you're
video.
pointing at your head. You're like,
Or
look,
wings.
it's me.
I'm giving double birds because the trainer at my gym who was filming me at the
Oh,
time was like
yes, those
making
were.
me go, extra hard. And I was like, fuck you. So this was taken at the moment where I'm flipping the double bird to the trainer at the gym. but I'm like doing side crunches or whatever. But now I'm 9/11 Ari line, and here I am crashing into the World Trade Center. And okay, and for some reason he thinks that they both hit at the same time.
Also, what's the joke? You're an airplane? I don't really understand.
I am the airplane.
Is this supposed to make you angry?
I did 9/11. It was my idea. I am George.
Chrissy
W.
is
Bush.
actually an Autobot. She turns into an airplane. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys knew that. Like, I don't understand.
Now, according
this at all.
to Freeze, both planes hit at the same time. It was me. I was one of the airplanes, and the other airplane was a backwards American airline. What is this? An ambulance? Why is it backwards?
Oh my gosh.
I like that it exploded before the plane hit, which actually is great and speaks to the controlled demolition aspect of it. So he did have that correct. And here's the comment. I have flight to around New York City. And you know what? I bumped this Twins Tower. And 2,750 people were die.
Oh, no.
Is its best joke, right? Ha 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 ha. See more. And this is the date, in case you guys didn't know, September 11th, 2001.
Okay, at least they got the date right. I have expected
That's
them to
the
get
only
that
thing
wrong.
I got right. Wait.
Look
Wow.
at me doing 9/11.
I mean, this is unintentionally funny.
Hilarious.
It's fucking hysterical,
It's
but
not
not
funny
because
for the reason they think
Not
it's
for any
funny.
of the right reasons.
No. They tried, is what's important.
They did try. This is a good, I guess it's a decent try. It's a medium try. It's a medium good try. Wow.
The left really can't mean Malaysians hold my beer. This is actually I'm back to loving this again.
No, I love it. It's amazing. This is so great. Oh my god,
It
that's
gets
so good.
funnier.
The more you look at it, there's layers to it. There's
For sure.
there's so much going on.
The more you look at it, the funnier it gets.
Maybe Malaysian
Yeah.
humor is really extraordinary.
They're reading it as my favorite because it's like ha 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 ha, and like that's how I read it in my head. They're like ha ha ha, it's a funny joke, right? Ha ha ha.
And I'm reading that like obviously like an Asian laugh, like ha ha ha, like how Ken Jeong sounds. Like
It's so terrible. I love it
like
so
ha
much.
ha, gay boy, like that Ken Jeong from like the Hangover voice.
Oh yeah, the doctor dude.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
Anyway, great
The
job.
chat wants you to wear this outfit for Halloween. That would be hilarious with you and like just from the plane from the hips, with the hip from the hips down.
My
Just a
outfit from
plain
9/11.
tail. Yeah, just a plain tail. You could just wear a plain tail.
You really
like
should
a
dress up in it.
mermaid, but the plane coming out the
I
back.
love it.
I will, and I'll be like this. I'll be side. I'll be like sideways.
No, flipping the bird, double birds.
Her caption is just I did 9/11
It was me. The cat's out of the
the
bag.
whole time. Oh god, that's so funny.
God bless them. They're trying. Yes. James Chart, you are wearing the back half of the airplane because the American Airlines plane took your pants again.
Oh, that's so true.
That's a sore spot for me. Chart.
Hey,
That's
did American
crazy.
ever apologize to you for that?
No.
fiasco? Are you
No.
serious?
No points, no refunds, no
You should sue
apology,
them.
no. I don't have the time or money.
you've
to
just
sue
been back to
anybody.
back in
But
the
you know
news.
all of LawTube. Get Robert Barnes to sue them.
Yeah, like Robert Barnes wants to take time out of his precious day to help me sue American Airlines for making me take off my see-through pants at the gate.
I think he would enjoy it.
I'm sure he has much better things to do, like anything.
Imagine writing that filing. Imagine how fun that would be. My client.
It's embarrassing for everyone involved.
God.
Suddenly Chrissy is Yakov Smirnov. I don't know what's going on. The last 6 weeks has been like a steady viral barrage.
Did you expect any of them to go viral?
Once I realized I had the trans moment footage and the woman was perfectly in frame with my cell phone, like I just had cell
Right.
phone recording in the back of the room. And then when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, like not only is she in the frame, but she's sitting in the light. Like this is perfect. I thought that might get some buzz just among like our people, really. I thought maybe you would get like 500K views or something. I did not expect
so
like
funny.
Daily Mail. I did not expect New York Post.
I would have written about it on PJ Media, but I was like, shit, the Daily Mail has it. It's out there. She doesn't need me.
Oh my
It's
God.
so good.
Right about my spat with the Malaysians. Ghost Crusaders. Chrissy, oh good. Question about my weight. Chrissy, how much weight have you lost? You look amazing. Is Frank working out too to look good for the wedding? It's like I'm on the Kiki diet, the Keanu diet, where we have White Claw and forget to eat. But we did eat this weekend. Maybe like 13 pounds probably since like maybe a year ago. Like
I was noticing your legs and your butt this morning in your cute little pajama shorts. We were in the hotel room and Chrissy walked in and I was like, oh my God, your legs and your butt are like solid. They look so good.
Oh my God, you're just flattering me.
It's true. It's true. Like it's very, wow, I didn't realize 13 pounds. You look awesome.
And I'm only 5'3", so 10 pounds is a lot.
for a 5'3". Yeah, I'm also 5'3".
Yeah.
So yeah, I could stand to lose another 10. That would be great.
Don't eat. That's the secret.
You're
Just
right.
do intermittent
It is.
fasting.
Do it.
Yeah,
It is.
I've done
Don't eat.
every diet that exists. Atkins, South Beach, Master Cleanse.
Stopping eating works the best.
Vegetarian. I used to do juices and smoothies. I used to do a lot of small meals. I never did bulimia or anorexia. I never had
I can tell you, bulimia works great.
I couldn't do that. I hate
never
throwing
do
up.
that.
Well, eventually you lose your gag reflex and you have to find other ways to.
And I need that.
Do it.
Yeah.
You need it.
I need that.
Mine's come back, thankfully. It took years though.
But and I've done I've been doing like even messy keto, messy carnivore, and then intermittent fasting. I think it's made a huge difference. Like just go 16 hours without eating.
Yep.
And that's what I did. And then I was doing basically like less sugar, less bread, but it's like still eating fried chicken, Keith Olbermann, and just eating kind of normal stuff. I am tending towards eating more meat, eggs, fish, like
you're prioritizing protein, which is what you should really be doing anyway.
I used to eat a lot of pizza. I used to eat pizza like once or twice a week. I used to eat, you got to get sandwiches gone. You got to get pizza gone. You got to stop with the sugar and the candy. For me, I had to stop with the sugar, the candy, the ice cream, all that.
I just drank more sugar than I have ingested in a very long time. I just drank this Mi Campo cocktails, mango mule. Do you know about these? These are, I don't know if the light is Mi Campo.
Mi Campo is Su Campo. Push-ups, you have a great memory. I used to do the balls diet. Me and my mom did the balls diet. It was popular in the aughts in the 90s. You get ball bearings, silver balls that you put behind your ears, and every time you're hungry, you just push them into your head, and then your hunger goes away because it's a pressure point back there behind your ears.
Did it
But
work?
after a while, you like have these basically like little bleeding holes in your head.
What?
But it's I guess it's supposed to numb.
Never
your
heard
hunger.
of it.
That's wild.
My mom would just we'd have like a cup of frozen yogurt a day and then just ball yourself till the hunger.
But wait, where are the balls? I don't understand.
Any balls will do, like a silver ball bearing.
Wait.
So
you put them
tape them to the back.
Oh, you tape them.
Fuck. God damn it! You do it like really here. It's like this little pressure point, like behind your earlobe, basically, where you feel it almost. I don't know.
People will really do anything to keep from eating healthy and exercising. They're like, no. I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to put holes in my head instead.
No, it's not doing the balls diet. It's
Kiki.
Hello, darlings. Did someone go down?
She's like, you rang.
I'm alive.
You're alive.
You made it.
Oh dear God.
I laughed so much.
Oh my gosh.
Keanu, we just dropped Keanu off. We hit so much traffic coming back from Atlantic City. When did we leave? 3:00?
Tall time has just gone out the window.
I didn't really get back. I think
what day
7
or what time.
or 8. It was crazy.
Wow,
Yeah,
7 or 8? That much traffic? Holy shit!
We
and we
still
stopped
didn't
at, like,
play
Walmart.
we still
I
didn't
had-
play the worm footage.
Oh yes, worm footage.
Worm. That was the greatest thing
Play the
ever.
worm footage.
Okay, you ready for worm footage?
Yes.
Okay. Now
This
let
is
me
so
preface
funny.
this by saying this was not my idea to go to Hulkamania. This was not. This whole room is full of bridal parties. It's not what it looks like. Okay. No, it is.
It is exactly what it
They
looks like.
well, I was chosen first, and this woman is named Amanda. So it was Amanda and me got picked to go up first, and I was like, oh dear. And so he's kind of just like, I don't know, dancing with us both at the same time. It's not like one at a time. And I somehow ended up on the floor, and I was like, I'm a performer, so the whole time I'm like, how everything that's happening, I'm like, how can I make this funny? How can I make people laugh? Like, to me, like, there were some women here who were so into it. Like, they
dude.
were backing up into these men, bending
Humping
over,
them.
presenting, like popping it
Wow.
out, backing into them,
There was
spreading.
one girl who
Chrissy's
like
underneath with her arms like this.
I'm in
Chrissy
literally
looked so
Anne Frank
scared.
mode. I'm laying there silent. I'm trying not to make any noise.
She's like,
there was one girl that she like put her legs around the stripper and she was like humping him like this and doing this with her tongue. Like I've never seen. I was like, holy! Like this girl would fuck
was this
him
someone
right now
getting
on the
married? Was
stage.
this someone getting married?
Yes,
doing
this
this?
Everyone
was
shut
a
up.
bride.
They get married in their bridal party.
I've never been to a place like this, by the way.
you must
Ever.
go.
Never.
Oh, it was my
Same.
first time.
I
It
haven't
was
either.
So
I think I
interesting. It
would
was
be
very
very
fun.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'd be very
I
uncomfortable.
also didn't want to be seen because you obviously know everything you're doing there can be videotaped, posted on, I also didn't want to be seen. I mean, I wasn't into these men, but I don't want to be seen like looking like I'm into them either, because I think that's a little bit like, for me, I think it would be a little disrespectful if I were like seen to be backing up into
celebrate-
Jose here,
It's odd to celebrate getting married by writhing around on other men who aren't your spouse, your
Right.
intended.
Who
It's
you will never
weird.
see again.
I will never understand this tradition. I don't understand why this tradition isn't like a going away to college tradition or something.
That would make
Instead
a lot
of-
more sense.
Wouldn't it? Than like getting
would.
married. Like,
Yeah.
my husband would not have appreciated like that, I don't think. Like, my husband had some guys not come to his bachelor party because he wasn't having strippers. They did paintball instead. They did like a paintball party,
That sounds fun.
which was fun. Yeah,
That sounds really
they
fun.
ran around and shot each other and then got drunk and stuff and like had a great time. But some guys didn't come because there were no strippers. But when he went to one of his friends' bachelor parties at a strip club, he said it was the saddest thing he ever saw. Like, all the married guys are sitting at the bar going, "No, thank you. No, thank you. No,
Oh
thank
God.
you."
So yeah, like why even go at that point? Just don't go. There's no point then.
Well,
Yeah.
because some of the guys, some of them who are married are like, it's the only time they ever get to see any other TNA, I guess, and they're into it. But like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to me to celebrate marriage with strippers.
I was more entertained, and people in the chat going, and by people I mean one person who's getting to me, oh, but you went anyway. First of all, like, you have control over
had a
how you
good
conduct
time.
yourself at these places. There were women who were going for lap dances on the side. There were
Right.
people who were getting basically gone down on the side, getting humped on
What?
the side. Like,
What?
not like,
What
I don't
are
know,
you
face
saying
and
is
tush.
happening at these places?
There's not just what's going on the stage. There are loose men in the audience going around basically like looking for hungry eyes. So you
Oh,
have
boy.
control over how you conduct yourself at these places. So I'm up there. I go, "Oh, of course it's inevitable. I'm going to be called to the stage. I knew this. Of course, Crystal here, my sister-in-law, is like, she's like, wear your faja. And I was like, what? It's a Puerto Rican term for like Spanx, I guess. So under my dress, I am wearing like flesh-colored shorts. And like, that was the the best thing she could.
Oh, that was good advice.
Because now my special purpose is protected. Okay,
Right.
I have never heard that.
My ass is not gonna be hanging out. I'm not gonna have a lip slip. I'm not gonna have anything loose.
This is the greatest
here.
clip I ever saw. This is the greatest clip I ever saw.
I felt comfortable by the fact that I'm wearing these like long nude shorts under my dress.
Chrissy
And
upstaged
I
everyone.
get called to stage. I go, I'm gonna be funny. I'm a comedian. I'm gonna be goofy, silly. I'm gonna do sight gags.
You nailed it.
So this man laid me on the floor, and I was like, "What could I do to be silly right now?" So this is what happened.
Those ladies loved that.
Yeah, I'm playing it again.
But my favorite part is
Like,
his
I'm getting away. I'm escaping.
his reaction is funny. He's like, "Oh, what am I doing with
I like at the end, your little like,
I'm trying to Vogue. I don't know what was happening here.
Oh, look, we can see the shorts.
You can see the shorts. Look, I'm covering it up. I'm covered up.
So
no one's gonna
smart.
see anything that I don't want them to see.
We
okay?
saw a lot of lady crotch because they were like
Oh,
opening
yeah.
their legs
Oh,
up
no.
and like twisting them around. That really was really good advice.
And here's boobs, of course, saying ouch, 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 and it was to my doing the worm on the boobs. Sorry,
Oh, God,
boobs.
I thought it was fantastic.
All right.
Here we were at Stiletto.
It was
Yeah.
funny, Chrissy.
Look at these amazing boobs.
Lindsay was keeping me so warm. It was cold
Lindsay looks
outside,
like
and
a
she just
jealous lesbian lover here.
she's mine.
Get away from her! Stop talking to her.
And then we have White Luis Gomez in the background. Someone else on Twitter said that too, so we were not alone in thinking that he looked like Luis Gomez. Lewis liked it.
Kiki's back.
Sorry,
It
kids.
was so fun. I had to upstage the stripper. I had to.
Had to.
But you
It was
totally
so
did
great.
it, though.
You nailed
did
it.
You nailed it.
You would have fell off at the
And
most
look at
perfect,
with the hands on
hilarious
his
time.
hips. He
I know
knows
he was
it.
like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. He's like,
I
"This
think
is
he was
my
laughing, though.
moment."
You could have wore a Target tuck bathing suit.
That would have been funny.
Tucking
on brand.
technology.
That was
Had you
so
not
funny.
seen the worm, you would have regretted it for your entire life.
Oh, Kiki, I have to go to that other clip that you posted. That was so funny.
Oh, yes.
That I haven't retweeted yet, but I will.
She even put the stripper's pants on.
Which don't ruin the surprise.
My aunt took my sister to see the Chippendales ages ago in Hawaii, I think.
Oh.
And that would be the one show that I would probably go see because it was such an iconic thing at the time. But it's just
Sure.
not anymore. But back then it was, it was a
When in
big
doubt,
deal.
so this is. I'm sitting there. He's dealing with the other girl. He had just taken his pants off, and I was like, you know what? An added layer of protection, also sight gag. So I put on the stripper's pants on myself.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, "Wait, did you change into a pantsuit?" I kind of
No.
love this
I was
look.
thinking- I
No.
put
I
on
actually
his
like it.
pants
Yes.
because I was
You
like,
wanted
he's
to
gonna
steal
find
the
this
other woman's
hilarious.
thunder.
That was so funny.
And I was like, let's see it. I don't know. I'm like a little kid here. I'm just like, hey. I'm like, I'm wearing the pants. And look at his back. He's like there.
Oh my god!
By the way, it's not, no one's nude, but your bridesmaids do shove dollar bills. Like they stick them into your straps, whatever. So he's just going to get the dollar bills.
Yeah, he like bites him. It
that's what
looks
he's
like
doing?
he's
It
like
doesn't
going
look like
in.
that's
We
what he's
all
doing.
say.
But he's not.
Your face.
I love the way you kick your legs too, your little leg kick.
I'm like, he's coming over.
Did you see? I put your pants on.
Like, look at yeah.
Is that funny?
Well, I made it funny. You wear your pants now.
I'm not trying to make this sexy, but I'm trying to make this funny.
I'm like Lucille Ball.
Oh, it's funny.
Give me your pants.
Wait, is there more? Where did it go?
There is more, but like, yeah, they were recording the whole thing. Like my
Well, come on, it can't be that bad. You're hilarious. I want to see the rest of it.
No, we don't have the whole footage online.
I have so much, I think.
I have so much
some
of
stuff. Yeah.
I was laughing so hard at the other women too.
That one girl with her stiff ass or her stiff back when she was like, I was like, oh my God. What is this? Please tell me this is not how you have sex.
Back. She was like, she looked
she was bent over like this.
She looked like a boomer. She yeah, she looked like she had scoliosis.
She might have scoliosis.
Maybe. She's like, I can't arch my back.
What's
happening?
I physically can't, sir.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
I know about the spinal issues, believe me.
I only want people to see the funny moments because it's like, again, like I feel like I conducted myself in a respectable manner.
I thought putting on his pants was a great idea.
Yeah. Hey, if he's not gonna wear them,
you're like, look at this. Extra protection.
Yeah, I'm covered. I'm covering my special purpose.
Anna.
Anna's back. Hi, Anna.
Anna. Anna, have you ever been to a strip club? Oh.
Anna's like, this is not my first rodeo.
What do you think? You see women that are way too into it, right? And then you see women that are like a little scandalized by it. What do you like watching?
I don't know. I've never been to a strip club where it's male strippers. I've only been to it where it's female strippers, and always there. It depends on like the crowds and stuff, but I'm always just kind of disgusted at how dirty everything is. But
like,
I like that part.
Like filthy, or do you mean like untoward, like scandalous?
Stuff,
like filthy, like it's dirty. Like
like
I'm
sticky.
paying attention to the things that everyone's looking at the naked lady, and I'm like, there's trash on the floor. You know?
And if they brought up the lights,
like it's sticky.
when they bring up the lights at close.
Oh yeah, but that's like every bar. But if I go, like, because I mean, most of my friends are guys, so if we go, they're not going to go to a male strip club. It's always the female strip club, and I'm not there to see women because I'm not, gay in any way. But usually I'm hammered, so it's like, oh, there's music and there's naked people and whatever.
I went to a strip club on Easter Sunday once.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
What a crowd.
It was the best time to go. They have the most damaged girls there with no.
Like,
no
ooh, spring has sprung.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have you been there for Christmas?
I'll try it this year.
I heard they have a good Christmas buffet. We should go, Keanu.
I've been to a.
They do. You know what? They might have.
I have been to a Golden Corral on Father's Day. That is something.
Ooh,
oh
yeah.
boy.
That you have to tip
that
them
Golden
extra
Corral.
that day.
Oh my God. They opened a Golden
place.
Corral in my hometown when I was in high school, and they had to make a rule about the chocolate fountain because I would just go up with like a bowl and
Chocolate
like
fountain. That was one of our dancers the other night.
Yes.
Was he hot?
They were all good looking. Here's what's interesting. The men have to be in sick shape. They all had six packs. They were all jacked.
Mm-hmm.
The women, some could be softer, some could be bigger, some could be smaller, some were flat, some were like had like not a lot of curves, and some were like there was more diversity in body types among the female strippers versus the male strippers.
I will say I did have more fun during the female stripping part of the night. Like that was way more fun. And they're so sweet and they love us and they're like, "Oh my God, your outfits are so cute. Congratulations." They were like, they were great. And Chrissy and I were like making it rain on them. We were the only ones, and we're looking at the guys sitting up by the bar, and we're like, "Excuse me, men, like you're not doing anything." And me and Chrissy are just like, "Have all the money. You're beautiful."
Their confidence, yeah. We're here, right? And they're all just like in the back, like they're watching the game,
staring creepily.
I gave them a lot of dollars.
And
I
then
almost got kicked out of there like 3 times though, so I couldn't pay as much attention during the female portion of the.
You were trying to FaceTime Bisconti. They kept thinking you were videoing the girls.
Video with the men on stage. You can take pictures and photos of their assholes if you want to.
Oh.
But when the females come out, I was just FaceTiming with Bisconti and. They're like, no. I was like, it's my boyfriend. He's 54. But it's weird. I felt
look at him.
Look, it's an old man. And then I was trying to take
very old.
Put that away. And then the third time he ran over to me. I was trying to ask a group of gentlemen like what their deal was, why they were there, because we were like trying to.
Why were they wearing so much khaki?
He was like, you need to get out of there. I think he thought I was soliciting them. I'm
Oh
like,
my
what?
God, poor Keanu. You were upset. Like you
was
were like,
kind of
I
upset
really
by
think they
that.
think I'm a prostitute. I'm like, you should take that as a compliment because you're so thin and chic and you look so good.
Yes,
And
I look so thin and cheek, meaning I'm a hooker. I wasn't trying to steer your business. No, I don't know. That guy just fucking hated me. Some people just do. So even at a strip club, sometimes is she's Gino? Is he's 54? Yes.
53?
You did it, baby. What?
I don't know. I thought
Is
that
that
was
Gino that actually
Gino's
is that
dead.
actually Gino
Yeah,
that said
I
that?
think that is Gino.
Oh no, he's not. He's 25.
No, he's
Damn
very
it.
young and chic.
He's young and chic. We love
youthful.
Gino. I miss him. I can't wait
But
to
you know
see
what was another interesting point too? So we had stayed. The male review was first. It was all bachelorette parties, and girls, and all male strippers. And then we stayed because we didn't have anywhere else to go. And then it very quickly turned over into an all female stripper and mostly guy club. So Stiletto in Atlantic City.
Yes, there are no such things as all male reviews, like clubs.
And
women don't pay.
there was a group of guys sitting near us because we're sitting by the stage. I'm literally just throwing everything in my wallet at these women, like receipts, everything. You know.
She's like, have my lint.
Driver's
Take this
license.
button.
take everything. And they were looking at these 9 guys at his table because they had their own 2 girls like dancing on a little mini table which had a stripper pole coming out of it. And I was like, look at these guys. We're trying to figure out their deal. We're like, is this a bachelor party? And there were almost all of these men had khakis on. So I was like, I think they're from Connecticut.
khaki shorts, and not everyone looked into it. They didn't look very celebratory.
Were they
Some
like
of them were
just
wearing
getting done
loafers.
golfing or
I felt
something?
like
Yeah, it was a solemn vibe.
One guy finally got his way. He's like, we have to go and do this. And then the rest were like, all right, we heard. And then they went. So I went to go ask, and they were like, get out!
Get
out! You have to go back to your seat. You can't talk to them.
And then they came over and talked to us. They're like, you guys can come sit with us. I said, no, we can't.
We are not going to join your man group. No.
They really tried though. They were like way
kept
more
asking
interested
us
in
to come.
talking
We were
to
like,
us
no.
than looking at the strippers. And we were like, we're not coming back to our booth with you. And then Chrissy started roasting them for their pants.
Right.
And
I was like, what are you coming? Is this your coming out party? How many of you are gay?
It was really funny.
Hey, we're married. I was like,
you were mean to them.
It
I was mean
so
to them.
funny.
That's all I know how to do.
Married men don't seem gay.
I was like, I'm not a hooker, I assure you.
And then it was shocking too because it was me, Zia, Keanu, and one guy came over and started talking to us, and then another guy came over and started talking to us, and we're looking at each other like, "What are you doing talking to us when you have hot naked women like inches away from your face, just over
Shaking
there,
their butt too,
Yeah,
like
and now
in
that's-
your
right. We're like, okay, now go away. Yeah, like
like
get
what
the
are you
fuck out of my
here
face.
for? They're naked."
You're
Yeah, but
nowhere
they don't
near
have to
me
pay.
before.
They didn't have to pay you to talk to you.
We were robbed.
Damn it. We were talking to those people
How about
for
tips
free?
for the conversation?
Like suckers.
Yeah, see, if women go into strip clubs and they're not working there, they're free game, you know?
God damn it.
I feel used. Yeah, we were naturally hilarious, of course, all of us. And then I think one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, well, like we don't, talking to you is more interesting than them." I was like, I don't buy that for one
I don't
second.
yeah, no,
I'm like,
shut
they're
up.
hot. I'm like, I can see what she ate for lunch. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah, but they know that if they get you interested, you're interested for real, not because you're giving
no
them
one was
money.
interested in that.
Strippers
Like,
are
we're
not
both
going to give them. Strippers are going to give them all the attention they want, but they know it's being paid for, so it's not the real thing. It's
When we
not-
were leaving, they were like, don't leave. You're not they're like, don't just stay for a while longer. And I was like yawning in their faces. I was like, I need to
So
go
we're
to
not.
sleep.
So this is. We maybe have not been clear. We didn't go over to the guys. Me and Zia went up to the girls because we each had a $20 bill. I said, Zia, let's go do like a big dick energy move.
It was.
And we each had $20. I'm like, let's just tip their girls at their table. Like, I don't know, because they were beautiful and we loved what they were doing.
And then I wanted to do a case study on why these men were here. I had a feeling that it was just some strange thing. It was not an invite to come over. We were all like, we're betrothed. I was like, I I date a man. His name is Gino Bisconti. He looks a bit homeless at times.
She showed the tattoo. She's like, "Look, it's right here."
Yeah, exactly. Right. Just to be clear, we were not hitting on the men.
Yeah, we weren't hitting on anybody.
Like hitting on me.
Somebody a tip. It's like you just slip it in a G-string and then you're off, and then they appreciate that because most of them are just dancing there, and like the guys are not really tipping. So
no,
except $1.
And then they came over and thanked us. They were like, "Thank you, girls. We like appreciated that," you know. And then they were intrigued because they're like, and then we sort of get yelled at for tipping their girls. I don't know the etiquette, but
nah, we do what we want because we have big dicks.
We do what we want. We're supporting the arts.
Yes, those are my girls. We got to support our girls.
Yeah. Whoa, Trucker Rob, thanks for the super chat. Wasn't paying much attention, but saw something about a wedding. Anyway, congrats and whatnot. Oh, thank you, Trucker Rob. Thank you. I'm going to be a wife soon. 200 Watt Studio. Best strip clubs have VIP poo wash and bottle room.
That's only in Malaysia, right?
You have to wash your poop in Malaysia. Wash that poop. Don't come out till it's clean.
Brings new meaning to the phrase "trying to polish a turd."
Yeah, that's what they're doing in Malaysia. JP, I'm a fan. Oh my God, your hair is awful. But who?
Talking about me.
How dare you, JP? I'm a fan.
I thought he was talking about me. I was like, look, I know, but I'm tired. I haven't watched it in 3 days. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here.
I'm hanging on by a thread.
I know. Keanu, I'm so tired. Oh my God. I got home and I passed out for like 2 hours. And then I ate a burrito and I did my snack stream. And I was like, guys, I can't say words. The sentences are not coming out. I've just, it was worse.
It was funny. Though. And I know we're like exaggerating to be funny. But like, I don't know. Don't judge us. We weren't in there like, you know, fucking being disgusting. It's just good
picking up dudes.
And some of the judgment is like, oh, did you fuck the strippers? How many of you fucked the strippers? And we're like, that's nobody's doing that. Like,
I don't even think the girls that were super into it were fucking the strippers. I didn't see any of the girls go home with it. They all went home with their girls. Yeah, I was like, all right, calm down.
Not one stripper was interested in me. Not one. Not a security guard.
Oh, I was like kryptonite to these strippers. One came up to me, and I think he was trying to like see if I wanted to get a lap dance or something. And then I was so awkward, and I was like,
that was hilarious. That photo of the guy that came up behind you and put his arm around you, and you're like this.
And then he like walked away because I was just like, "Just hold me, Tyrone." And he was so weirded out.
That picture, holy shit! Is it Lindsay that has that picture? I was fucking losing it because you're just like this.
And he was like,
"That's my photo."
You have that, Keanu. That's
I
who had it.
wanted nothing from him.
Make me feel safe.
Yeah.
Nothing untoward here. Hello.
Well, her arms were actually
be okay.
Her arms were in this position when she was on the floor.
Yes. I was.
Which made me laugh so hard.
I had closed body language.
Gigi paid for lap dance for me, and I didn't know it was happening until he pulled my chair out and got on top of me. And then Chrissy got a couple pictures of it because they also like bend you. It's fucking wild. They bent me over and were like air humping me.
I feel like I should be paying to watch that.
I'm sorry. Where I'm from, that's called sexual assault.
It was intense, but like she has a couple pictures of it where I'm like bent over and my arms are down like this. And the first thing I was like, look at my triceps.
Arms look great. And I was like, they could take this show on the road. These guys could do a duet.
Wait. I watched that that movie that Amber Heard was in because she was in it with. It was like one of the Magic Mikes. I don't know. It was like Magic Mike XXL or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Amber Heard was in it. So I had never seen these movies before, but I watched it because of the Johnny Depp trial and whatever. I was covering that. So I was like, okay, I should watch this and see if she's a decent actress or not. She's not. But this movie, spoiler alert, no, terrible. Yeah. But I was like pretty blown away by the X-rated dance moves in these clubs. And that people were assuring me that, oh no, this really happens. They're like flinging you around and picking you up and move.
Yeah.
It was exactly like Magic Mike.
So do you have to sign
Brilliant.
a waiver? So do you have to sign a waiver when you go in to be like, I consent to?
They don't accidentally paralyze you if they drop you.
No, right, I mean, do you have?
It's
so
they were
weird
picking women while they were sitting in chairs.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, you
know
don't
what?
sign anything.
Musical chairs.
Okay, so I just think it's really bizarre because in this culture we live in, where like consent is the ultimate, right? You have to get consent for everything. You have to like
Consent was
check
not,
in. You have to
mentioned
check in
once at the
while
strip
you're
club.
doing it. You have to keep checking in, right? Are
Not
you
here.
okay? Everything okay?
Well, these guys
Not
who
here.
started screaming on stage,
they
they
were
would
very
stop.
in tune with body language. I think they could tell if somebody's like, and they were not going to force somebody, past what they were comfortable with. Like they're just trying to be funny and like it's a show, okay? So they're not
Bend over now.
more fun with women that were into it and backing into them than they were with someone who's like, in a fetal position on the floor.
Like Chrissy.
Like Chrissy
this.
was. Help me.
I mean, honestly, I think it's a little scary. Like, what? I'm not sure how many women like sign up for this. Like, a loud
They all
lounge
signed up
singer
for it.
says, "Where's the opt out of the jackhammering option?"
I think mostly everybody that was there was into it, though.
I didn't see one unhappy person there.
No,
No,
it looked
they
like,
were for
it
it.
looked like a ball.
The chat is killing me right now. Brace yourself.
It was hilarious. It was so funny to me because I love Magic Mike. There's something great about when you're able to be sexy and funny. Like I really appreciate that. I don't think there's enough of that in the world.
I think they're making a mistake though by not having them sign something. They're going to get sued by some crazy person who's like, I didn't know I was walking into this.
But hold on, when you guys signed up, because I didn't know that I was gonna get pulled on stage like till I got there. They must have told you in advance, like.
I don't
give
know
us the
because
name of
Amy organized
Oh,
it.
Amy
She
did
was,
it? Okay.
yeah, she like dropped a thing in the thing and she's like, what do you think Chrissy would enjoy out of these? And we are like, oh, this one, like a picture with the guys, like it was like whatever package you signed up for, but they don't give you details.
Oh, we saw the package.
They were stuffing. Some of those guys were for sure stuffing.
Yeah,
I
like
think there was a lot of interesting tucking and padding going on.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Stuffing. Interesting.
Yeah, because they don't take their dicks out. Like you don't see that. They keep their
No.
underwear on.
God.
Like it's not. Yeah, it's not fully nude with schlongs, bouncing about.
Some of them,
So
like,
it looks
flip
like
their butt crack out, and you're like, "Oh, it looks like the copper tone baby, all grown up." I'm ruining all of it. Like I'm
oh yeah, and one guy
Chrissy's
came up to
fun.
Chrissy to try to like be sexy and give her a dance, and she started talking to him about his like gymnastics moves, and he like immediately walked away. Like she was like, "You're so those gymnastics moves were really cool. Like you really stuck the like." She starts getting into these technical terms, and he was like, "Okay, yeah." And then he like
came over
walked
trying
away.
to be cute. I was like, I have to tell you, that round off back handspring, back tuck was incredible. There's not that much room on the stage. It's a slip hazard. And I'm like, you're very flexible, you're very lithe, like you're very strong, like you're doing
He was
great.
like, "This is
I'm like
not what I came to talk
I'm
about."
like a coach. And he was like, okay, good night. Like these people they run away from me.
All right, weirdo.
It was so funny.
You're right, you gonna grab my dick? Oh, excellent gymnastics.
It was a very good. He did like 2 backflips and then like a little. It was impressive.
It was very cool. And they're doing those loopy push-up things, like the Magic Mike push-ups. Yeah.
It was cool.
A lot of chaturanga-ing.
A lot of chaturanga, yeah.
Chaturanga.
Chaturanga, that's your yoga teacher.
Hanging on by a thread.
Oh my god. And there was one ginger stripper, male stripper, and I was like, oh, are they gonna assign me this one? Because I was like, of all
Gingers together.
I'm like, this is the stripper that looks like he's been to
hair.
January 6th. You know what I mean? Because he had a beard
He did.
and he looked very rustic. And I was just like, wouldn't that be a hilarious shtick? Because we've seen Sailor, we've seen Cop, we've seen what's it called? Christian Grey, the 50 Shades of Grey. But I'm like, we haven't seen the January 6th stripper You know, he comes in with like a podium, or he's got a
The
flag.
buffalo horns.
He's got the horns.
The horns.
He's like, yeah, he's
Painted
been a bad
face.
patriot. You know, he's like, let's make America
That guy
great
with
again.
the buffalo
And he's
horns might have another career at the strip club.
I would love a January 6th strip club.
What was this? What was he? MAGA shaman?
QAnon shaman.
QAnon.
Welcome to the stage. After 14 months in prison, welcome the QAnon shaman.
Oh my god! I would pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
He's gonna give you an insurrection in advance.
Oh,
I should get a job creating personas for strippers.
There's always time.
They're like, what's another? How about like a lawyer?
Yeah.
Like, coming to the stage, Nick Rekieta.
No. Oh god. Nick would totally do it, I think.
Yeah.
Nick would do it.
The nose is not the only thing that's long.
Nick has no shame whatsoever.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
And we ran into the bachelorette party that closed the show at brunch.
Did you?
Yes.
Yes, it was
They
hilarious.
recognized Chrissy immediately.
Oh my god.
At first, I got nervous. I was like, "Oh no, they are gonna call me racist because of the fried chicken joke." But they recognized me from the strip club.
Oh, that's much better.
That's
than
much
that
better.
scenario.
Because they for my fried chicken joke. It was just the strip club. That's God.
Did they watch Newsmax? Oh no,
Because they were black too, right?
they were.
That
Not that there's
could've-
anything wrong with that.
Not
barely
that
noticed
there's
the
anything wrong
color.
with that. I'm just saying, if they had seen that clip, might not have been the best.
Yeah. They were very into it. They were very enthusiastic.
They were having a good time.
They were having the time of their lives.
Yeah.
They had a huge crew with them. They had like 15 people.
They had like the bride squad t-shirts on. They were all matching and
They had
coordinated.
They were
uniform.
matching at brunch as well, and I looked like
They were all showered, and we came in. We just like dragged ourselves in.
I know. You should have seen me. My God.
I did see you. You looked adorable. I walked
was
in. You were
just
so
gonna say-
cute in bed, and you're
Kiana looked like she had been lost at sea for a
cute.
week.
Yeah, I feel like it. That's my aesthetic, though. Fine.
It was amazing.
I
Everyone
know
looked
who I am.
very incredible. I'm gonna blow through a couple of these super Zato. What about magic chips?
Fuck it. You don't even know what you
Fuck
just said.
yeah. James Sharp, Megan is right. You were more interesting than the strippers. Once the tips stop flowing, the strippers move on to greener pastures. Stripping is a job. It is a job.
That is a job. It's a hard one too. They're doing some crazy shit up there, and their butts are moving all
You have
kinds
to be
of cool and-
flexible. You
Guys
have
know-
to be like
guys know
wanna
they're
try
being
and be a
spatially
sailor.
aware.
Yeah, but
You have to
Men
make
know
sure
the
your
difference.
foot doesn't clock someone in the head.
Men like a chase, you know? They like a chase.
Men like a chase. Barefoot Zia is the hottest Zia. Yes, I'm a freak. Come at me.
Thank you. Somebody zoomed in on my feet in one of the pictures because I was wearing high heels, and they circled my toes, and I was like, "Don't look at my toes."
Oh my god.
in one of those pictures I posted, it looked like my leg was dead from the knee to my foot, didn't it? Like it had been submerged in water for a week.
I think I missed that picture.
Let's find it.
Well, you're like,
I don't want to see the dead leg picture.
And then we'll get on to some other topics that I know everyone's. This is how it started, looking very chic.
oh yes, that's
Oh, hell yeah.
This was
That outfit.
outside of the
Yeah,
steakhouse.
Yes, exactly.
Wearing her
what
sash
would
upside down.
Right. Yes,
like we're, like
Well,
we're in a
the-
state of emergency.
That's my aesthetic. Just 10 miles.
And
of
then,
death.
look at this. Look at your long
Look
thin
at that.
leg.
Red leg. No, I'm crawling around. I look like the girl from The Ring, or like.
Don't look at you. You look
I look like I
hot.
crawled out of a well.
Amazing.
Look at those legs.
Yeah.
For days.
Yeah, but the bottom half is dead.
That just means you can't get away. That's not bad.
That's
Mhm.
right.
I love
Knock
it.
off.
They put the date of 9/11 on the meme for Anna from Lajamon. Do you know about this, Anna? Care to
It's a Jack Show joke.
explain? Oh, got it. If you know, you know. Sure Shot used to be a you used to be a male stripper for private parties in the late 2000s, and my goodness, the women at these parties wanted more services and were more grabby and 100 times more horned up than men at clubs. I would say this is so true. Just based on the enthusiasm I saw.
But I heard they tip less, women. They're bad
What?
tippers.
Not us.
I've heard they tip less. So I have a friend who knows a lot of male strippers because he's, well, most of them are gay. My friend is gay. He works in a gay bar. And he told me that they hate working for women because the women they don't tip. They're bad tippers.
That's terrible.
Giving us a bad name. Bad
Yeah,
name.
maybe they should tell people like what is customary to tip if that's happening a lot, you know? Like if you like it, do this much. If you love it, do this much. Super mastermind. Drink a glass of cold water. Wait 15 minutes. Your body needs 15 minutes to register anything in the stomach. And sometimes it thinks it's hungry when it is thirsty. Cold water goes down easy. Thank you. See, diet tips.
I love cold water.
Mike Steele, I'm still getting hate for my Malaysian plane joke, and I'm a nobody. See, Mike, this is what happens. You threw yourself on the grenade. A couple more. Russell Hall. Today's humor is brought to you by Bob's and Vagine. Beer Baby. Any updates on the Melanie Max setup with Carmen's son? Oh, yes. We were trying to make that happen. I don't think we've done anything.
Yeah, he crashed last time.
Maybe we could do you think would that be an overstep?
Are you asking me or everyone?
Everyone.
Yeah. I just was like, I'll stay out of it. I would think that would be up to her.
Okay. We'll see. Dan Halen in the male strip club, the strippers are the ones giving the tip.
That's funny.
Frank Wolf Connell, we knew all along Chrissy was an inside job. Hey, that's me. I'm the plane. James Lynch, Twins Tower. Sounds like something a buxom cheer squad would do for a finishing mood. That's funny. That's funny. Unclean Puppy. My dad died of cancer 9 months ago. Cancer jokes are still funny because they are jokes. And I don't get offended. Also, don't let Zia say cotton.
Uncle Puppy, you mean you don't want some of my cotton candy Oreos?
Aw, you say it's so cute. Cotton.
Not everybody appreciates that I pronounce my T's. It's okay. You guys do.
Cotton. MK Solid. Zia's burnt is from hot candle wax. No, it's from a curling iron.
Stop telling people that, MK Solid. That was supposed to be between me and you.
Okay. Yes, let's talk about the Megan Fox kid story.
Before you guys get into that, I'm so sorry. I am going to go to bed.
Okay.
I'm dead. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Anything we forgot to say that was like a fun moment of the weekend or anything you could have done differently?
From jail while we were at the dinner table while we were out to dinner, and I had to answer because I missed like 3 of her calls, and she was very excited that we were out having a
when
good
jail
time.
is calling, you have to answer.
You have to answer. I can't call her back, so that was fun. And I was like, Cece, I'm so sorry. We're out to dinner, and the food just got here, and I didn't want to be sitting at the table. But she got to say hi to everybody, and so she kind of got to meet my friends. If you guys are okay with it, I can send her pictures of everybody in jail, and I think that would be really nice.
Please.
Right? I could be like, look, these are all
I'm
of
sure
my
my
friends.
pictures are already in jail. I used to have a prison pen pal named Jermaine.
Oh, that's so nice. How long did you guys talk for?
Well, he reached out to me randomly a couple of years ago, and it was like, do you want to accept an email from Core Links, which is like a prison server? And I was unfamiliar with all of this, and I was like, sure, of course I want a prison pen pal. And we started just going back and forth. I'm like, what are you in jail for? And he's like, car stuff. And I was like, okay.
At least it's car stuff and not butt stuff. Could have been worse.
And then my therapist at the time was like, you should probably stop talking to Jermaine, because a lot of times when these prisoners get out of jail, the first person they kill is their pen pal.
Oh.
So I had to.
What?
Like a Brian.
I have never heard that.
And they'll kill the pen pal and the boyfriend. So I did not want to do that.
Oh my God.
Frank was like, you cannot talk to Jermaine.
And then he asked me about comedy, and then I was really done talking to him. I was like, don't come at me with the whole how'd you get into comedy? Like, that's like, I hate that. That's my least favorite thing. Like when I was dating, people like you're on a date with somebody, they go, "Oh, so how'd you get into comedy?" And then you realize like they're more interested in that, like getting their foot in the door than the date. And I hate that so much. So
yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway,
no bueno.
No bueno. So anyway, Zia, thank you for coming this weekend.
Thank
you
you
were so
for
much
having
fun.
me. Oh my god, I had such a
adore
blast.
you.
You make
I
me
love you,
almost want to
ladies.
consider getting a boob job. I am telling you, they are incredible.
I love you so much. Thank
Good.
you. You're beautiful as you are, but I'm happy that you love my tatas. And honestly, it was definitely the best thing I ever did. I'm so
I'd
happy.
probably go and pop one on a slip and slide or something anyway. So.
Yeah.
Be a
But you know what?
Go with me.
The great thing is about it is that they have a lifetime warranty. So if you do pop it, they'll replace it for free.
Okay. Oh,
You
good
get
to
free
know.
boobies. Yeah, just in case. All right. Thank you.
Okay,
ladies.
good.
Have a
Good night. I hope you don't pop them or
much.
anything. Love you, Zia.
I love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, Zia.
Okay, so somebody in the chat. Okay. Look, I want to answer this. Don't take an interest in girls' career. Note it. That's not what this is about. Taking an interest in a career is fine, but when your tone is like you are looking for a foot in the door rather than like tell me about comedy. Like, oh, so how'd you get in? So how'd you get on these shows? How'd you meet this person? It's like that's disgusting. And it's like we're not here to network. Like go
Well, I mean, that
do
goes
open mics. for
more
that.
than just a date. So if it's like to this person, it's like when you do like YouTube with people and they only want to talk to you. They're like, "Oh, that's so great. Tell me about it," just so that way they can meet your YouTube friends. And it's
Yeah.
like you're just using me for clout. So it's like fuck off. And so like with Chrissie in a very male dominated space, at least because I mean I don't know very many female comedians. I can name probably 10 male ones. Not current, but like from when I was a kid. Like I can't think of one female comedian from when I was a child, like in the 90s. I just can't. Maybe Roseanne. There you go. That's my female comedian.
Roseanne, it's like
when a
Joan
guy
Rivers, yeah.
is going on a date and he's like, "Oh, she's a comedian. This is super rare. Let me ask her about all these things." So yeah, Chrissie has every reason to be like, "No, fuck that." Like you're just using
It's like anything that you worked 10, 15 years to get, and you start to think like this person sounds like they want a shortcut instead of like they want to skip the line and be like,
Yeah.
oh, so how do I don't want to do the whole messy, like grinding it out at mics for 7 years. How do I just like be on a showcase? How do I just like get a TV credit? And you're like, ugh.
I've never
Suck
had
it.
that happen to me because no one had really ever asked me on a date except I don't even know what that is.
Stop it. Come
No,
on.
it's real. I'd be like, what do you do? What does it mean? But
Oh
like
my gosh.
the I hate like if I work at the bar, you tell somebody you're a comic, tell me a joke. That is my fucking like, yeah.
I didn't even think
I'll
of
do a
that.
set for you right here.
Keanu,
right?
check your mic settings really quick.
Bad. Okay. I may have
I
to
don't think it's on.
not on. Can you not hear
I
me?
might be picking up from
I
your
can
webcam.
Sam. Top shelf voguing, Chrissy. Thank you, Sam, for the super chat. Super chat.
Yeah, that happened to me when I was producing movies. All
Really?
these actors wanted to date me. Yeah.
Really? What would they say to you?
You know, they would just hit me up on my direct message or whatever, mostly on Facebook at the time because it was a while back, but all kinds of stuff like, oh, we should do this or we should do that or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I've never had one actor in my whole life ask me out, and now I've got like 10 of them. It was just, you just notice the anomaly.
Okay. Yeah, nobody likes to feel used or that you're not interested in them for them, but you're interested in for what they
What they can offer you.
do for
Right.
you, which
It's
is so
different when
icky on a
it's
first
like
date.
a business collaboration, but when it's like them trying to be a romantic interest and like, oh, I'll take you out on a date, but all they want to do is talk about your job. It's like, you're not really interested in me. You're interested in my work and my coworkers specifically.
Right, which is fine. I'll see you at a meetup, but we're not going to do a date about this. Okay. Kiki, did you fix your thing?
I'll leave and come back. If I can't, then
Okay.
hang on. I'll be right back.
Okay. So there's so much going on. There's so much news. There's like, and then I took a long time with the recap. But I also had breaking news about myself. So there. So it was gosh. So who can help me set up this Megan Fox story? So
Well,
what
maybe
happened?
me.
There was a picture of
She's
Megan. Yeah,
qualified.
yeah. Is there a Megan Fox out there?
Whenever Megan Fox is trending on Twitter, I'm always like, oh, fuck, I'm going to get the weirdest DMs. And this shit is so weird. Like, how would you like to be synonymous with a woman who drinks blood? Okay. But like, she's not even like, she used to be like, oh, Hollywood movie star. Oh, Transformers. That's fun. This shit is just weird. Robbie Starbuck, maybe a week ago, put up a tweet where he was like, okay, look, I used to live in the same community as Megan Fox. My kids played with her kids, and we witnessed a breakdown of one of her little boys saying he does not want to be forced to dress like a little girl. And they were with the nanny. They weren't with her. And he was really sad about it. He was just like, it was really sad. It was very traumatizing. This kid just had a breakdown at the park. And his kids used to play with these kids all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is how she dresses her 3 sons.
Yikes,
like 3.
girls.
There is no chance statistically, by the way, that you have 3 transgender boys. No chance. Okay. When they are like what, 0.03% of the population, you are not going to have 3 of them in the same family. These
Except
are her,
if you're drinking blood.
This
these
is
are her little
obviously
boys.
her idea. Yeah.
These are her, and she admits in interviews that she, at least for one of them, she knew that he was gender non-conforming in the womb. Like, what
Damn.
the hell?
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane. So Robbie is basically saying, okay, look, when this picture came out, this is when he tweeted out, he was like, I know these boys, and we met these boys. My boys played with them. And one of them had a major breakdown saying his mother was forcing him to dress like this, and he did not want to. And Robbie said he thought, well, maybe after that breakdown, it will stop. But obviously it hasn't stopped, because here they are, and they're dressed like girls. So he tweeted out his story about that. Megan Fox actually responded to him with this crazy bullshit. Like, this is crazy. Like, threatening him with witchcraft.
Creepy.
So this is Megan Fox's response to Robbie Starbuck. I really don't want to give you this attention because clearly you're a cloud chaser. Yeah. Anyone who is questioning authority is, I guess, a cloud chaser or someone famous. But let me teach you something. Irregardless of how desperate you may become at any given time to acquire wealth, power, success, or fame.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Regardless. Success or fame. Never use children as leverage or social currency, especially under malevolent and erroneous pretense. I feel like she's sitting there with a thesaurus being like, how many big words can I put in this response? Exploiting my child's gender identity to gain attention in your political campaign has put you on the wrong side of the universe. I have been burned at the stake by insecure, narcissistic, impotent little
No,
men
you
like
haven't. You're
you
still alive.
many times, and yet I'm still here. You fucked with the wrong witch. Like, this is a woman who has admitted to drinking blood. She's clearly doing some sort of NK Ultra sacrificial social I think Hollywood is every once in a while like required to like either trans their kid or trans themselves. This is my own theory, because there's just so many of it, and you look at the type of people who seem to have trans kids or be trans themselves, and it's like most normal people are not. This is not happening to normal people. I think it's a Hollywood pressure, or they get bonus points, or their Hollywood ESG score goes up if they trans all their kids.
This is so sick, though. These poor little boys. Oh my
And then
God.
Robbie Starbuck responds to Megan.
I love his response.
With, I don't even have a political campaign, Megan. I lived in the same gated community as you in Calabasas. I'm not naming it because I don't know if you still live there or not. Oh, fuck. I don't know if you still live there or not. Our kids played together there. Ask your nanny. She was the one bringing them to the park, not you. I have photos of our kids playing because they played so regularly. Your boys were very sweet, as I said in that thread, and the outburst of emotion was sad for all of us, including our kid who witnessed it. An independent adult witnessed this, and I have a text from them about it. You can DM and I'll show it to you privately. Again, this is all very respectful. I only said something now because I hadn't followed along after we moved and figured change would ensue after that incident. But I saw this photo online, realized that it continued, and that brought all of it to the surface where it felt necessary to say something. Very sad to see it didn't stop. I'm not afraid of witchcraft. I'll pray for you and your boys.
Yeah.
How hilarious that he has to say that. I'll pray for you and your boys. It's you who needed to hear that this happened. Maybe you'll investigate those feelings that burst out when you see the independent text photos that I will happily send to you. I firmly believe that what I witnessed should never happen to a child. I have Jesus, so I'll never fear witchcraft, but I'm happy to provide photos and texts for you to think about. As for clout chasing, I'm not the one doing a blood drinking ritual for attention. I'm speaking up, and I'm guilty of anything. And if I'm guilty of anything, it's not doing so sooner. So again, this is a very respectful response from Robbie Starbuck. It's very clear that he cares about children. He's not using them to, quote, clout chase or get it. Robbie doesn't do like weird attention-seeking behavior like drinking blood, like publicly transing your kids, that sort of thing. So I thought his response
But
was
then her response to this is so
Wait, did she
fucking
then
bad
respond
shit.
again?
Yes, Chrissy. Wait, where's the response?
Hold the freaking
Go
I just think
down.
it's so interesting too, because she says something about not using children for leverage socially. Well, if that was true, why wouldn't you just ignore it?
Hold on,
If you're
I
her.
retweeted it. It's hold on. I'm going to give you the thing. It's
Give me
so
the thing.
it's so insane. It's so freaking insane. You're not even going to believe what. So that nice, respectful thing. I'm putting it in the private chat now.
Okay.
This is what she responded on Instagram with.
So they've had several back and forths.
What's his name?
Oh my God, she responded with this?
Yeah,
Okay,
the dad
I
of these children is Brian Austin Green. He needs to intervene with the court right now.
Ew. This is Megan Fox saying me outside Rob's Starbucks house, and it's like a skinwalker looking person, like naked, hovering over a dead thing. Stunned nurse. I caught witches holding a carcass eating ritual on my security camera. And this woman has bragged about drinking blood. She's probably on that Chrissy Teigen adrenochrome routine, and she probably eats people. I wouldn't put it past her.
It's time for. Where is Brian Austin Green? These are his 3 sons.
Yeah.
I want to know what the hell. You know what he's doing right now?
I thought he defended it.
No, I don't know if he came out or said anything about it, but he is now married or getting married to one of those Dancing with the Stars dancers and having a baby with her. So he's like starting over again. And it's
wow.
You know what, dude? You have 3 sons. 3 little boys counting on you to rescue them from this shit. So you better get off your ass and get down to the court and file some paperwork about custody, because this is bullshit. Like, who?
Maybe
don't
he's not,
leave
'cause
your
they're not his
sons in
real
this.
sons.
Oh.
How could
So
you
he
leave his
responds
children?
with, now Megan Fox is threatening to hold a carcass eating ritual at my house. That would be a bold, dumb decision in Tennessee. If her goal was to look crazy, mission accomplished. Now people know she practices witchcraft too. I mean, yeah, we already knew she drank blood, which is not what sane people do. And the fact that she's so public about it, to me, is like she's trying to impress somebody in Hollywood. You really struck a chord with her. She knows you're right. Yikes, be careful. My house is protected by Jesus, AR-15s, and actual security, so I'm good. Pray for her. This is demonic energy in her coming out. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Austin Green slams claim that ex Megan Fox forces sons to wear girls' clothes.
Oh, really?
That was
What did he
yesterday.
say? Oh, well, what an asshole he is. Why doesn't he do something about this for his children?
I don't know. I feel like she has something on him, because I remember before they were divorced, when they were just split up, and she's like fucking other guys, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm supportive of her, going out and living her life, and I'll be here with our kids. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Man,
yeah, what is he gonna do? I guess she's like, I think
I don't know. I feel like the only defense, but this is like me using logic, which none of these people in Hollywood have. So I'm like, it's like I probably shouldn't even say it, but I'm like, the only thing that I could see like somebody saying is that there's so many pedophiles in Hollywood and they like little boys. So I'm trying to protect my boys by when we go to things like having them like girls to, you know, get the pedophiles away from my children. But she's not doing that.
And
She's
don't
doing
bring your kids around places
I
where
know
there are
that too.
pedophiles.
that too. But
I'm looking at this article in Yahoo, and Brian Austin Green said Noah started
Send me
wearing
the article.
dresses when he was about 2. Okay, I'll send it to you. He started wearing dresses when he was 2. Yeah, well,
does he
kids
have
wear all
dresses?
sorts of crazy shit when they're 2. You know what you don't do? You don't keep forcing them to wear it. As they get older, you just like you ignore that shit, okay? Like
Well, here's
my daughters, let me just tell you something. My daughters, I have 3 children, two daughters who are older, and then a little boy. When my little boy came around, he was surrounded by girl shit. Okay, it was nothing but girl shit in my house. It was princess dresses and sparkly shit, and like all the costumes in my house were all these princess dresses. So what happened? He was like 2-3 years old. He's running around in a princess dress, right? The girls are cackling, laughing at him. And I'm like, hey, shut up. I sit down with him and I'm like, hey, buddy, do you want a costume? Is that what this is about? Do you want to dress up? Like you want a cool costume, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to make you one. I made him a king costume with like a fur cape and like a whole thing and a sword. And like, I'm like, he never put on a princess dress again. Like I bought him a fireman costume and an astronaut one. And I bought him like all this.
But see, you had daughters, so that's where he got the costume from. Was from your Megan Fox doesn't have girls; she's only had boys. So where is he getting the dress from? That
from
means
her.
Well, yeah, exactly. A 2-year-old isn't going shopping. A 2-year-old isn't buying their clothes, so she's buying dresses for the kids. It's not like, oh, he put on his sister's dress or he put on his mom's dress. No,
she's buying it.
It could be
put on
from
dresses
school.
at 2. Who the fuck bought those for their son? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
But Chrissy, did you tell him about the family we saw in the gift shop?
No.
Oh,
This
no.
is so very relevant. So we're at the Borgata, we're leaving, we're waiting for the valet, and we see a little boy, maybe like what, 3?
Either 3,
2?
probably. Yeah.
He's very little.
Yeah.
And there's the last little gift shop there where everything's crazy overpriced, and we're just going in there being like,
And
guess
it
how much
was
this-
funny. It was funny because we stood there and just watched this family like unabashedly, directly. We were like, "What's going to happen here?" It was so bizarre.
You know, where they just let the little kid like walk around the store and like see what he does, you know. And the boy goes up to a there's a bunch of little like plushy backpacks like with luggage poles,
Like a
coming
roller
out of them.
backpack, which
rolly,
is-
yeah,
yeah.
rolly bag. And the
That's
boy
the
goes
real
up
crime.
to
That
a,
makes you a
fluffy
loser.
pink one. He said, "I want this. I want this. I want the pink one." And the mom's like, "Oh, he likes pink." And I shouldn't have said anything, but what I said was, "Don't worry, he'll grow out of it," you know. And then under my breath, "Don't
I did.
trans
I
your
went,
kid
"Oh
over
boy."
this." Like they asked what I fucking thought. I'm like, "Don't trans your kid over this pink backpack."
Yeah,
But they
please
seem pretty
do
base.
that.
They're like, "How about this brown one?" He's like, "No," and
No,
then
I
they
don't
left
want
without
that
buying
one.
anything.
Well, I understand if they had a blue one. Brown kind of is an icky color.
Get him the pink one. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. Yeah.
Here's what
agree,
the
Megan.
problem is. Here's what the problem is. Making it a big fucking deal. Like you want the pink backpack? You can have the pink backpack. I don't give a shit. Here's what we're not going to do though. We are not going to tell you that you are not a boy.
Right.
You
That's
can
right.
be a boy who likes pink, and you can be
Yes.
a boy who likes makeup. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This is. Does no one remember David Bowie? Like the 80s
I
were
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking
Roger,
cool.
he was
Okay,
He was so
Cool,
glamorous, and he was also masculine.
Yes.
everybody in the 80s, all the men that we all like were simping after were
gender
like
bender.
feminized, right? They had like eye makeup and long hair, and we
Harry
all loved them.
Styles wears a damn dress.
John
on the red
Bon
carpet.
Jovi.
Styles is
John
gay.
Bon Jovi was rocking his perm and his eye makeup, and we all thought that was the hottest thing ever, and it was super straight.
Tight
It was
pants,
super straight.
thrusting. Mhm.
It was super straight. Like, why are we telling little boys that they cannot be They can't experiment or be creative or fun unless they're, oh, you must be a girl. What the fuck? What is this?
Yeah, that's odd. I can't do that. But yeah,
I can't
camera.
even with this. I'm tired. I'm sick of it.
And then they're like, well, wait till we just go see your best friend. Don't you want to see your best friend? And I thought it was going to be like another
kid.
I thought it was going to be like another kid, right? And it was just like the
full-grown
large black
woman that
woman at
worked
the
at the
ballet.
The black woman at the ballet was his best friend.
It was like,
and they were like they've been friends all their life. Ah!
No,
I was like, wow, this guy's
no,
a way
it was
back.
really sweet.
Kids are the best.
It was so cute.
It
I don't know.
was.
Maybe I'm weird, but I don't have kids. What do I know? But I think I just would not. I would not go out of my way to buy my son pink things. I guess it
I wouldn't go
depends.
out of my way unless they
No,
really
but I mean,
liked
if they're
it.
insisting on it and they
Yeah.
really what you just don't make a big deal out of it. Don't make a big deal out of anything. Like when he was running around, my son was running around in the dress. I was like, oh, that's cute. That's funny. All right, here's the deal. Do you want some costumes of your own? And then he was like, yeah, I do. I'm like, all right, I'm going to make you something cool. And I didn't say anything about the dress. I wasn't like, take it off. Don't wear it.
Take it off,
like,
you pussy.
yeah, I mean, you don't do that. Don't do that because you don't want to make him like remember something traumatic. Like, don't be, but see if you can get to the heart of it, which is he just wanted a cool costume. The girls had costumes. He didn't have one. Well, make him one. Like that's easy. God.
I had the whole neighborhood mad at me because I had all of the boys in black nail polish for like a week. It just ended, you know. Dane wanted nail polish. He wanted black nail polish. We put it on. It wore off. He never wore it again. Like it's just a kid, you know.
I was doing my daughter's nails today, and my son walked in while we were doing it, and I was thinking to myself, you know, nail polish is really fun, and like we've told him, no, boys don't have nail polish, and I'm thinking, I get why, like these little, just don't make it a big deal. Just don't make it a big deal. If they want to try the nail polish, like who cares? But the point is, you're still a boy. No matter what you put on your nails, no matter what you put on your face or on your body, you're still a boy.
Yeah,
Period.
you know, nail polish on men is very chic and in these days. I think they probably see that a lot.
Not on kids. Not on like I don't
no,
know.
not kids, but that's why they probably see it. I mean,
if you send a kid to school in nail polish, a boy, they're gonna get hell. Period.
Right.
Like,
And that's I think you want to just protect your kid from unnecessary bullying.
Right.
Right.
Yes, if that's the case, but maybe if all the boys in their class are wearing nail polish, I wouldn't put it past a lot of.
Well, my kid goes to Catholic school; it's not allowed.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, "No, it's my." You want to make him a target for the priest.
Seriously though, the women in my neighborhood were really worried about it. It was like they were scared, like, oh my gosh, and it just disappeared, like literally as fast as it showed up.
My brother's gay. I used to paint his toenails while he was sleeping. As a prank, but he loved it. So
you made him gay,
yeah, no, he was just playing with he would play with I didn't like dolls. I wanted like notebooks and like office supplies as toys. I've always just been.
You wanted office supplies as toys?
I
In
love
my
office
stroller, I
supplies.
would push around like pens, paper, staplers. I don't know. It was very odd. And my brother would play
That's
with
really
all my
cute.
dolls and Barbies and stuff. Because he's gay. He by no means wants to be a girl, but he's gay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was fine.
Well, that's the thing.
It's a
They're
weird
erasing, like,
thing. Erasing
gay people and forcing them to be trans. It's like, oh, my
Right.
son has like gay tendencies. He must be a girl. And it's like, no, maybe he's just gonna be gay. You know?
There is such a thing as feminine
It's
men.
a little bit less than. It's not like.
Well, did you guys see
don't have
that
to, you
one
can
girl
call
who-
yourself whatever you fucking want to, though. It's
Did you
fine.
see the one
but-
girl that transitioned and then she was having like she posted a video of her crying because she's going bald now because now she's a bald
The
guy.
testosterone?
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
testosterone, it made her like get the male pattern baldness,
That's
and
what
I
causes
guess so
it.
she
Yeah.
was crying, and she's like,
That
"I
would be
regret this." And then
devastating.
other trans people were making fun of her. and
Yep.
She was on Blair White, and she's like, "No, like I'm a lesbian, but my parents are super religious, and it's easier for them to have a trans kid than a gay kid."
See, I don't feel that way, and I'm religious. I'm super religious, but I would not. I actually would be far more okay with a gay kid than trans, because trans is so damaging to the body. I'm all about keeping my kids healthy, healthy and happy. And I'm not about, and like the way my kids have been raised, it's like, we don't have dyes in the house, and we don't, we're careful about what we eat and what we put on our bodies, and even the sunscreen I buy. So I'm going to be like, no. You want elective surgery? No. We don't do that. We only go to the doctor when we're sick. We don't go for no reason. So for me,
my thing, I'm like, my parents wouldn't even buy me a razor scooter for $20. How come these parents are buying these kids?
I know. Get a job. Save up. Buy your own hormones.
I know. Like, what happened to parents saying no to kids and buying shit?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys remember that when your parents would do the
Save
super
up.
thing?
Trans yourself when you can afford it.
You want a dick,
I
you're going to have
even-
to work for it.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
okay
want a
with
dick,
that
you have to
either.
pay for that dick.
I'm not okay with that either. No, I'd fight that to the day I die. I would. That disgusting Frankenstein surgery, absolutely not. There is a complication rate that is beyond imagining. It's amazing that these doctors can continue to do these surgeries and not lose their license to practice with the type of complication rate that they have.
And
It's
the
like
suicide
40%. It's something like 40%, 50% have major complications and have to have multiple surgeries. That's ridiculous. That's not life-saving surgery. That's experimental bullshit that nobody should be doing to themselves. That's like saying, I believe that I should have been disabled, so I want you to cut my good leg off. That's a mental disorder. Stop it.
People do have that mental disorder, I think, actually.
Yeah, it is a
They'd
real
be
one.
like, I just hate this hand. I just wanted to go.
And this would be like telling kids who have anorexia or bulimia, yeah, you're right. You are fat. You are. Keep
I do think
starving
the parents
yourself.
start a lot of the problems that children have. I know for a fact, like even when my son was younger, he stuttered. And everybody's like, oh my God, you got to take him to a speech therapist. You got to do this. And I'm just like, he's going to grow out of it. And I was right. He did. He grew out of it.
Well, I mean, I talked weird because I have a naturally forked tongue. So I have like a bit of, not a lisp, but I guess I just said stuff weird when I was little and I couldn't pronounce like certain words. And so I've grown into it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, tongue cam.
What does it mean?
Oh my gosh, she does. Look at that.
Oh, it's cute.
And that actually
adorable.
that kept you from being able to say certain words. That's
Well, it was
interesting.
bigger when I was little, like it was deeper. And as I
Mhm.
got older, I guess I grew into it. But so yeah, I talked a little weird. It just sounded like I had a weird accent. Like I wasn't American.
Yes.
But yeah, I couldn't like talk or
My
say
son's
things.
always had a slow, what I consider a slow tongue, because it takes him time to say things. Like he can't say words sometimes, and like this has been going on since he was 2. I used to blame the girls, be like, quit talking for him, and he'll say what he needs to say. But even still now, like he's 8 going on 9, like he still has a hard time and has to say things a couple of times. He's never done speech therapy though, because I also feel like he's gonna grow out of it eventually.
Anna, you're lucky that your parents didn't look at your forked tongue and then be like, we gotta trans this girl. We gotta turn her into a lizard.
Yeah,
You're lucky they didn't
already
call an
halfway
exorcist.
there.
We gotta get her tattoos of scales.
My mother wouldn't spend $20 to get me a razor scooter for this.
That really hurt you, I think.
Well, you know what I got, Keanu?
Keanu's like
It
doing
was
some
the
therapy.
worst thing ever. It was like a
Everyone had one.
skateboard.
Mhm. Oh
And
no,
it
I
had
had
something
many.
that pulled
Now
up
the chat
the-
thinks that Anna is reptilian.
No, they already
Well,
know.
it was just a matter of time.
I have
Everyone
so
had a
many
razor
facts.
scooter. Everyone.
We all know
That is-
about
I
my
didn't have
tongue.
one.
that is so rude.
No, it was the thing. Everybody had razor scooters. And then,
Everyone
like,
had cable. Everyone had a razor
Yep.
scooter. Everyone had a Tamagotchi. Everyone had a beeper.
I'm so much older than all
I
of
had
you
none of that.
that my kids had the razor scooters. I am
Same.
so much
Well, why
older
don't
than
you
all
just
of you
adopt us?
that I had a big wheel. And you probably don't even know what that is.
That's what I had too, a big
Yeah,
wheel. Those were
Carmen and I
Griner.
here, we're on a different frequency.
my parents are like, go play on the tree. There
Yeah,
you go.
go play
Go
outside
play on the
for free.
tree.
I
Go
did.
get in that
no.
tree.
Well, so my parents wouldn't buy me shit. So it's like I made my own like tire swing. I built my own tree houses and like it's like you play with the animals and like I don't know what you find. So
But that's why you build stuff now. It's cool.
My parents got me
but it's like I can't even imagine like telling my mom like, Mom, I want you to put me on $1,000 hormones every month. My mom would be like, you're fucking
Yeah, I
crazy.
would never have the confidence to ask that of my parents. It's like I was getting hand-me-down pajamas and sheets. Like, well, if your
Yeah.
brother's not done with his hormones, you can have some of those. You know, like I would never. They would like Anna's parents are just not going to spend the money.
Oh, that's funny.
Daniel Jagger, are we scratching the surface of an emo to trans pipeline in the punk rock scene? I don't know. I don't know if I would. I would say the trans now are like the emo of what the emo was to the early aughts, but it's like the cool thing.
I
James
like-
Chart.
I do
It
believe the end game is just transhumanism.
Everyone's trans. And it is also okay to advise the boy his peers will make fun of him for carrying a fuzzy pink backpack. At least they would have back in the 80s. Yep.
I really think school public it's much more the opposite now. I would imagine. I don't know. I watch a lot of TikTok, so I think they're all like, yeah, it's cool, man. It's awesome. It's like that scene in 21 Jump Street where they're
Oh
like,
my gosh,
the
yes.
nerd,
The
why are
jocks.
all why are the nerds cool? Why is recycling cool? We used to beat these kids up. Like, I'm gay.
That was one of my favorite parts about that movie.
Exactly.
Keanu.
It's a weird backward thing where like it's cool to be like be good at school and stuff. And then I don't know. I think it is sort of like that a little more. So they may not get made fun of, but
Kids are going to make fun of you for something.
Which country does Chrissy plan on offending next? I need top 5 list. Oh, this is a good. All right. Yeah. Fine. Who should I offend next? What do you guys think?
China, Red China, because they're more
I already
likely
did that
to.
in the pandemic.
Did you?
She's like, I already did that.
Yeah,
I could do them again.
do them again.
Yeah, they're probably cooking up another pandemic as we speak, so I'll have to get some jokes ready.
Who else? What other countries are brittle? North Korea, maybe?
Oh, sure. What could go wrong?
I'm gonna guess Holland because they're like trying to erase even the title like Holland. They only want you to call them the Netherlands.
Really?
Why is this?
There's like a huge revolution going on in Holland. It's like the
Is it a
the
dance
farmers-
revolution?
The farmers versus the government.
The Dutch,
Yeah, it's crazy.
The
But so you're
farmers.
not allowed to say Holland there.
What?
Wow.
I know. So go offend
There's
Holland.
some other really
I went to
bizarre
a Dutch-
news that came out of there too. I'm trying to remember what it was. Something medical.
I
Just in
went
the
to a-
last 2 days.
I went to a Dutch private school when I was
was
in
it?
all the way through kindergarten through high school. I was at a Dutch school. I'm not
In
Dutch,
Holland?
but there was this Dutch private school that was like big in our area. And I know a lot of Dutch people, and I bet they would be freaked out about this. I should call some of them. I've never even heard about this. This is new news. I'm going to have to look this up.
did they make you wear wooden
look up
shoes?
the,
We had wooden shoes, yes.
Really? You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. No, we would have these Dutch festivals every year, and there would be wooden clogs, and you would get the wooden clogs, and they would teach you the clogging. And yeah, no, I went.
I'm
I-
so
How do you clog?
I don't know, but like they would teach these little dances, and then you do
failed
the thing.
clogging.
I'm not good at it. By all means, I'm not good at it. But I did have wooden shoes, but they hurt like hell. So you can't wear them unless you put cotton like in the toes. It's almost like toe shoes, like
Like
ballet
point
toe
shoes,
shoes.
I was gonna say.
Point for
Yeah.
ballet.
That's why my
I mean,
feet
they're-
are so hideous to this day.
They're so uncomfortable. They're really just for good looks. You hang them on the wall and stuff.
And they
and you
must be
paint them.
noisy. All the little
yeah.
children at school
Super
clacking
noisy.
around. Like, God.
No, this was only for special occasions, you know.
Oh, you
like
didn't
a-
like wear them to class.
No, no. They're not wearing the
Oh my
shoes,
God.
are they?
Those are tap shoes.
Those are tap shoes. Those aren't.
Yeah.
Those are not wooden shoes.
Yeah,
Those
and
look
those
like
people
strippers.
those people are scared. It's like a cult. Ew. What's happening? I want to watch that.
I need to find cloggers.
Cloggers.
Clogging. There it
Megan,
is.
when you get a chance, look up the Dutch farmer revolution.
All right, I'm gonna look at it now.
Dutch Dance Revolution. What the hell is this? Again, it's like tapping.
Those are
It's like
tap
tapping
shoes.
this thing. This is tapping, not clogging.
Yes. Tip tap.
Less
It would-
tapping, more clogging. Let's go to a super chat. Super chat.
My AI. Oh, sorry, Chrissy. My AI just told me that there is no such thing as a Dutch farmer revolution.
Dance revolution. I still have an issue with speaking clearly. I would highly suggest doing the speech coach route. I only did a month and my mom stopped. What I learned helped, but I wish I did more.
Sometimes people are tongue tied too. If they cannot stick their tongue out very far, they might need a surgery to release that.
Oh yeah, my sister had
that thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing has been too long, and that's usually when people have lisps like that because they can't lift their tongue.
Yes, and I know a lot of people that's helped massively.
I keep waiting for the school to tell me if they think he needs speech therapy, but they never have. I've noticed it as a problem since he was little, but they don't seem to notice it. So I think, well, it can't be that bad if they...
Maybe they can't tell you because it'll offend you and they don't want to get canceled.
They could totally tell me. I would be like, yeah, okay, let's do it. They know that. I do everything they tell me. I do. When it comes to the kids, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're the teacher, whatever.
Mark, sorry, I'm the youngest of 12, so I know all about hand-me-downs. Yeah, you know, Mark. You know my plight. Daniel Jagger, I think it's a travesty what happened to MGK after dating Megan Fox. Some coked-up Hollywood producer got in his ear and told him his audience isn't angsty guys anymore, but sexually confused TikTok tweens. Wow.
I think they're still together.
They are still together.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They broke up for like a minute, and then they're back.
Yeah.
Mark, sorry again. Those kids are going to need serious therapy just because their mother. Oh, yeah, Megan Fox's kids. That doesn't look
I would be very concerned about them.
Yeah. Russell Hall, does it bother Anna when she's out on a date with Peaches and all he wants to talk about is streaming with Cecil?
Oh, fuck off, Russell.
Yeah. Tell him.
You tell him.
You tell him. Bucky. All right. We still haven't seen any clogging yet. It's okay. I will just use my imagination.
Also, earlier somebody said nobody on this panel would know what epigenetics is, and I do know what epigenetics is, and that
Epigenetics.
is genetics, and that is something you can turn on or turn off. So I just wanted to let that person know there is somebody on the panel that knows what
is epigenetics.
So it's your genetics, right? And we have ways that we can turn on or off our genetics. They've discovered. So let's say you have a propensity because your mother had breast cancer or whatever that you might have it, but you can actually turn off that gene by eating healthy or doing things that would not activate it. So it's one of those things that a lot of doctors don't even know about, to be honest.
That makes sense. Sounds cool.
It's above genetics, epi.
So if someone has a small penis gene, what would they do to maybe discourage that from showing itself?
I don't know.
Will it
We'll
not?
ask them. Maybe they know.
Chrissy, look up Dutch dancing for clogging.
There you go.
Here, I found you one. I found you one. Here. I found you one. This is exactly what we used to dress up and do. They used to dress us up like this too.
What is this?
And they also have this really good pastry. The Dutch have an amazing pastry with this almond paste in the middle.
Dutch bakery. I love those.
God, it's so good. It's called. What is it called? I'm not remembering.
Were these your teachers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
This is it. This is exactly it. Yeah. Those are the shoes.
How uncomfortable does this look?
Yeah, they hurt they hurt like hell.
This is stupid. They look like Smurfs.
This is so embarrassing.
They do look like Smurfs. They just need to be
hero support.
Now she's gonna get Netherlands mad at her.
Imagine doing Dutch CrossFit in those things.
I find this far more offensive than a fried chicken joke.
They hurt like hell, no doubt.
No, why? Why would you do this to yourself?
And you stuff the toes with cotton.
Yeah, and your toes are jammed in there. You're asking for back pain or back problems.
Do you think the crowd is just laughing?
The crowd is like, we don't have anything better to
They're
do.
like,
We
what
live
the
in
fuck
upstate New
is
York.
this?
Yeah, we live in Holland,
Handmaid's
Michigan.
Tale.
All right, but banquet is the best thing ever. Banquet. It is a Dutch pastry filled with almond paste that they serve at Christmas time. And I'll tell you what, Dutch Christmas is amazing. The Dutch people they make amazing pastries. They also make these little donuts, tiny little donuts that are deep fried and rolled in cinnamon and sugar. And oh my God.
That sounds so good.
Like the other, like almond, like marzipan. Isn't that what that is?
Yes.
Don't they also have Black Phillip?
Have what? Black what?
Phillip during Christmas time. He's Santa's little black friend, and they all make their face black.
I've never heard of him. No.
Santa has black friends?
I don't know. Not in the, I guess not at the Dutch school I went to. I don't know if Santa's little black friend, never heard of him.
I see, Alex Stein.
No, it's guys. What is it in the chat? The little Santa's little black friend. Black Phillip is the name of the goat in The Witch, but it's something like that. Black Peter. Black Pete. Okay, sorry.
Peter?
Or we can just call
I've
him
never
Rick.
heard of this. I've never heard of this.
I didn't know black people lived in the North Pole.
Let me show you. So this is what they do at actual Dutch Christmas. So Americans are quite horrified of this. Chrissy, share my screen.
Oh God, yes.
Oh no.
Fun.
That looks like Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
yeah.
Black Pete is Santa's little helper.
I have
So
never
they'll
heard of
have,
this.
and they love Black Pete, and so there's a bunch of Dutch people in blackface during Christmas time.
Whoa,
never ever.
All
heard
right,
of
this must be preserved forever because if they're brave enough to still be doing this, they just need to keep doing it.
We have to talk about Alex Stein dunking on Brittney Griner. So
I
this
still haven't seen this
happened
video.
Today, at WNBA.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video either. I saw the picture.
ESPN.
I'm
Alex
excited.
Stein dunked on Brittney Griner.
BG, was that a fair trade for the merchant of debt? I know you kill it on the court, but he kills it in real life. Is it true you had to have sex with Vladimir Putin to get released from Russia, Britt? Britt, is it true you had to? Get out of the way. What about his wife? What are you doing? I'm trying to talk to Brittney. Hey, Britt, do you still want to boycott America, Brittney? Well, get off me. Stop. I'm weird. Why? She hates America. What about the merchant of death, Britt? Get off me.
Wow,
Get off me. Was that a fair trade? The merchant of death?
Great about Alex. He is taller than most.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And this little phage.
It
is
really
holding a
bothers
Louis
me when they do
Vuitton
that.
bag, trying to push him
He
away.
killed it on the court. He killed it in real life. Is it true you had to have sex with Vladimir Putin? What are you doing? Britt, why are you being like that? Dude, I want to talk to Britt. Britt, you scared to talk to me?
Put his hands on
Britt,
him.
you're scared. Have a good day. The merchant of death, Britt. Have a good day. You should be ashamed of yourself. Get off me. Britt, do you hate America? Britt, was it a fair trade for the merchant of death?
Oh.
Britt, was it a fair trade?
Relentless. Good for him.
Brittney, was it a fair trade? Why are you grabbing me?
Because you're running up.
I want to talk to the famous athlete.
You talk to me. How about that?
Okay, well, do you
wanna
like
talk to
protecting
you.
her, even though she hates our country?
I do what I need to.
Well, do you think that she did you hear that she had sex with Vladimir Putin?
They're also little.
Yeah. Why?
Oh my God, that was a great question too. I love that he asked him, "Do you like protecting her, even though she hates our country?" That was a great question.
I don't know why they think they can put their hands on him.
That guy should be arrested.
They always cut him, and you notice like when he pushes them off of him.
Even though she hates our country?
And he shakes them off like they're nothing.
I do what I
It's
need
great.
to.
I do what I need to. I do what I need to, which means he doesn't agree.
Yeah.
Because he would be like, yeah, she's right.
I
or
do
whatever.
it to get paid.
Do what I need to do. And he's kind of laughing.
And look at his face. He looks ashamed.
He should be.
That's a
She's
look of shame right
traitor.
there. You know, Alex. Alex is too nice of a guy.
Actually, Vladimir Putin.
If I were
Okay, talk
Alex,
to me.
I
How
would
about that?
call
Okay.
the police and have
Well,
him
do you-
arrested
Britt.
for assault. This is assault, and it bothers me. He is a journalist. Clearly, he's a journalist. He does news reporting. I don't care if you think it's funny or it's comedic or whatever. He's no different than TMZ. And they don't have a right to put their goddamn hands on him, and it pisses me off. This guy should be locked up in handcuffs right now. I don't like it. This is a
trying
free country.
to punch or attack or hurt Brittney. He's just trying to ask questions.
No, he's got no
Agreed.
right to put his hands on him. This is just like how you would treat a TMZ
Because
reporter.
this guy, he feels threatened by Alex, which is why he's being extra.
Well, he needs to be locked up because extra is illegal in this sense. This is illegal.
But it's
and
never
it
going to happen.
pisses me off that there isn't a cop there to be like, hey, hands off. Like, this is America, dude. We get to
but
ask questions.
They're not trying to protect people like Alex. They're trying to protect people like Brittney.
Pisses me off.
Isn't Brittney a dude?
Yes.
I think so.
I think so.
I saw that video of like
pictures of her at the pool
playing basketball topless, and I'm like, there's no scars or anything.
But nowadays, who knows what's real anyway? Gosh,
Right.
it's so
You don't know if
crazy.
it's photoshopped, but if that picture is
a
real,
video.
that's a dude. Is it a video?
Yeah, it's a video of her playing
There's
basketball.
several. Oh, I saw
topless,
stills.
and there's no scars or anything. I mean, I
true.
get it that
I
there's
saw
plenty
that.
of flat-chested women out there.
Oh, not that flat chested.
No, like that's a dude.
I've seen a woman with less than A's and they look bigger than that. Yeah.
Chad is in agreement that Brittney Griner is a dude.
Okay, so I'm not wrong.
We don't need to look into it any
All right,
further
so
than
y'all
that.
have got to see this. I don't know if you can see. Can you guys see that? How that's a quarter in
No.
the middle.
Wait,
Oh,
bring it.
darn.
It's
Let
too
me see
bright.
if I
Carmen,
lower
don't
it.
be boomer. Send it to the chat. Or...
Okay, I'll send it to the chat. But it's crazy. My friend just sent me. So we were sitting here. It was so loud. It was crazy. I had to like mute myself for the first, I don't know how long. I don't know how to send a picture to the chat. I'll have to look at it.
So go on Twitter and send it to us on Twitter on your phone.
Oh, I could do that. Got it. Thanks, Anna.
No problem.
You guys are making me tech savvy.
That's what I do for like my thumbnail photos. Is I take them on my phone and I send them to myself on Twitter, and then I bring into my.
I really do think though that people who do that, who put their hands on reporters, look, I'm a reporter. I do that. I question people sometimes, and sometimes I go places and I'm outside a courtroom or whatever, and I'm asking people questions. That's my job. And if you put your hands on me, damn it, I'm calling 911. Don't put your hands on me. I can ask you a question. I can put a camera in your face on public property. And if you don't like it, you can walk away, get into a cab, you can go away, but you don't get to put your hands on me. And it just because Alex is a guy who's over 6 feet tall does not mean it's okay to put your hands on him. It just bothers me. As a journalist, it bothers me.
Has anyone ever put hands on you, Megan?
Yeah, I've been shoved in a scrum, you get shoved, but that's like everybody's getting shoved, that it not like that. Not like that. Well, no, that's not true. I have it on camera. Yes, I was at a board meeting once and we were filming this woman who was acting totally out of control. She was on the board. And after the meeting, she walked over and she put her hand directly on my camera and shoved me and the camera. And of course, I had that on tape. And I told her, I said, do it again. I'll call the police and I'll press charges. That's these people who feel like they shouldn't be on camera. You're a public if you're a public official or somebody famous, you just put up with it, okay? Because if you're in public, anybody can walk up to you with a camera and ask you a question. If you don't like it, well, then go live in Alaska. Go live somewhere where you can only get to
private car, private plane. Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't get to put your hands on people who are doing their job. No.
No, and he's been spit on, coffee thrown on him.
yeah.
He's had
Pushed,
a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I worry about him.
Deadpool. This just in: American comedian Chrissie Mayr sets her sights on yet another country's biodegradable rigid footwear. What's it with those shoes, Helen? Thank you, Deadpool.
I was
You're
thinking
up
the same
next.
thing.
Soldier Spirit. I volunteer as tribute for y'alls to put hands on me. It doesn't count if you like it.
does
Say
not.
no. Pet Shop Boys Domino Dancing is a great song. Waddle Doodle. Thank you. Yeah, it's cray. I want to talk about this. This was very interesting. I'm a liberal. It's hard to find masculine men to date who aren't conservative.
Oh,
So
this
this
woman.
is a single woman made waves for lamenting on TikTok that all the chivalrous masculine men in her dating orbit are conservative. Oh my God, we're so shocked. As a liberal woman, it's really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative, said the TikToker with the username at Ms. Petch. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and provide, who is not a conservative. The Los Angeles woman said that men she's dated who do have those quality traits don't align with her political ideologies. And she clarified that just because she wants an old-fashioned gentleman,
this is my favorite part.
Plans to subscribe to a traditional housewife role.
Fuck her. Fuck
Let's
her.
Let's go to this little tweet.
I recently had. Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had?
She's an idiot.
Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's
shit.
Who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide.
What does she conservatives? I would be willing to say it reminds her of her dad, and she's mad at her dad. That would be my guess. She probably just doesn't know very many conservatives, so she's labeled them like the boogeyman.
But she's also saying here, just because I want a traditional man does not mean I'm going to be a traditional woman. Well, fuck off then.
Then what do
You cannot demand this standard of thing you say you want, but you don't want to play the role to complement it. What are you going to be? So he's going to be traditional. He's going to take care of you, pay all the bills, do all that stuff. And you're going to do what? Nothing. You're going to do your nails and sit around and not do laundry and not clean the house and not take care of your kid. Not put out. You're going to go get a career and act like you don't have, like you're not married, and you're going to flirt with other guys. Like, what are you talking about? No one wants that.
And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be combined or confirmed to the traditional female homemaker childbearing role. But everybody says that at 20 years old too.
Right.
I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man, but I am asking to have my cake and eat it too. The TikTok set off a firestorm of comments. That's like saying I want to invest in something without having to do anything but get all the benefits from it. One comment.
Exactly.
Another chimed in. All I heard is I want someone to take care of me, but I don't want to take care of them. Great
bullshit.
Others had a bipartisan solution. Your morals and beliefs don't have to be in sync with your husband's. What matters is you are able to both compromise and work together. So I always try to split the bill on the first date because I love the check dance. If you let me win the check dance, like I'll be like, okay, noted. Yeah. But if you win the check dance, then that is a lot of points. That's great.
Check dance.
You're testing them.
I never
You have to.
I literally,
Italian,
Chrissy, after my
check dance game is impeccable because a whole family of Italians will fight each other for almost to the death. We will fight each other for the check, and it's out of pride. And I'm not even Italian. I'm just like, I'm competitive, so. You want to be the one to win the check dance.
I started doing something where I would change the venue of the date because I wanted to make sure they weren't controlling or a narcissist, because a narcissist cannot stand to have a plan changed. And it was amazing how telling just that one thing was.
A little test. Okay, let's it's the same TikTok as before. The TikToker did, however, receive some support, with one responding, and this is why so many women my age are still single. Another, meanwhile, suggested she change her zip code if she wants luck finding a man who meets her criteria. The men you're describing do exist. However, I don't know if LA is the best place to find us, just saying, one user responded. In a follow-up video, the TikToker says she proved naysayers wrong. She dished on a recent date with a man who seemed to share her similar progressive values and wants to help his wife with household duties and childcare. That's exactly what I've been looking for, so I hope it works out, she said. The post reached out to the TikToker for comment. Interesting.
Wait, and wants to help his wife? What? He has a wife?
No, they're saying that she did meet somebody
polygamy?
who was progressive and wants to help his wife, meaning like future wife.
Oh, okay.
And childcare.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, fine then. That's the kind of man she should go for. But saying you want a traditional guy who is going to do all those traditional things, pay the bills, open your doors, take care of you, and yet you are not going to do anything in return for him that's traditional. I say jump off a cliff. Like you don't belong here anymore. Like you are too dumb to continue.
I look at it like she just doesn't know what she actually is.
I think it's very easy to say
when she
wants
realizes
something
it.
on paper. It's very different when you meet real, actual people.
We're also saying she here very willy-nilly. Look at that jaw. I'm not really sure.
Oh, I think this is a girl.
I'm not sure. That's a big brow
Don't you
bone
hate
and a
that
very
you
big
sit
jaw.
and think that now? I used to
Well,
never
I
think
do.
that.
And look, she also has a receding hairline. Yeah, no.
Oh, I think she's pretty.
It could just be the angle.
That's a really big forehead. I'm not buying it.
I would say
seen plenty of people with ginormous foreheads.
Like,
I was just gonna say,
like it's easy to say, oh, I want this, this, and this, but not this, this, and this, and that just doesn't work out in real life. Like you have to make if you want a relationship to last, you have to make compromises. Both of you do. And I think all of this is going to go flying out the window when she meets a conservative man who like does it for her. You know what I mean? Who like gives her the feels. She's like, hi. Anyway, so you want your whites or your coloreds done? Colors done first. Coloreds. I was doing a laundry joke.
You're gonna get canceled for that laundry joke. Watch.
My whites for my coloreds. Anyway, I think that she's young and naive, and it's easy to make a TikTok. It's not so easy to like see a person day in.
So, Chrissy, I wrote this article a while ago. Here, I'm going to share it with you. Here, I wrote this article a while ago. This came up. This is on PJ Media. This was back in 2017. A millennial chick can't stop having sex with Trump supporters. This is what this story reminded me of.
Oh, wow.
This was in Glamour magazine. Corey Lane said if there's a Trump supporter basically anywhere within 10 feet of her, her pants fall off and she ends up in bed with him. Help. She wrote an article called Help. I can't stop hooking up with Trump supporters. She said, I started arguing with a Trump supporter at a bar. And then before I knew it, I was waking up the next morning in his bedroom. There were flags everywhere. Ronald Reagan's face was emblazoned on one of them. Don't tread on me made an appearance on another.
This is so funny.
She said, to my own surprise, we kept hooking up. And despite the fact that our political opinions were diametrically opposed, it didn't feel weird. Yeah, because she was liking what she was getting in bed.
Yeah, because she's actually into it.
Right. When we texted, we would naturally argue about politics, but when we met up in person, that pent up anger would
she
turn
likes
into
to scrap. She's one of these women that likes to push buttons.
Yep. And so she writes this entire article. It was really funny. I mean, it was really, really funny. She goes, so I pushed aside his ingrained bigotry and instead let it wash over me, filling me with desire to prove him wrong. This is like a Harlequin romance novel.
Yes,
or maybe
this is a
to just
fantasy
be
for
on
her.
top of him.
Yeah.
I mean, this article was insane. But this is the thing that you keep get from these girls on the left. There are no real men on their side. And so, of course, women who are heterosexual are attracted to real men. They're attracted to masculine men. And when you demasculate all the guys on your side, you're going to have to go to the other side to find
And like
them.
society is telling you, oh, you should like this pussy cuck dude who makes cappuccinos and who talks about their feelings all the time.
Pajama boy.
Not aggressive. And this is the more evolved man. And then you meet a guy who's masculine, who smells good, who's like giving you the feels. All that shit goes flying out the window. It's like the what you should be attracted to disappears when you meet someone that you're like biologically vibing with.
Yep.
Can't fight the moonlight. A wise man once said, you can't fight the moonlight.
Nope.
I believe that was, I have to know who sang this. Can't fight the moonlight, no. You can't fight it. Gonna get to your heart.
Holy cow, Carmen, I just got the picture of the hail.
Leanne Rhymes. Thank you.
It's insane.
That is crazy. That hail
Wait,
is
what?
huge. Those
You
are
should
the
have heard
size
it.
of
It was
golf
so
balls.
loud. It was like
We did hear it. Those are the size of the golf balls. That's insane.
No, they're big. I mean, they ended up being some of them like that big.
Wait, where's your hail at?
It's
on
in the
the
Twitter DMs.
A what? I
In the
thought this was
Twitter
like you're having a
DMs.
snowball fight.
That is insane how big that is. That's
They were
gonna do
huge.
God, a lot of people are gonna have car damage tomorrow.
Are you sure this isn't like a post-op photo?
And imagine, like, as you're bringing them in to take the picture, they're melting.
Wow. Those are huge.
Where is your car okay?
I have a garage.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are giant.
I love that you put your finger in there for scale.
Well, that was that my friend's my friend actually sent that to me. She lives in the same area.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I thought, oh my gosh, because I didn't
Where-
get
where
to
are
grab
you?
any of them because I was here, because I would have taken pictures.
Oh, you're in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
yeah, is your
nuts. Those are
It was so hot
huge.
today too. It was like 90 degrees.
Wow. This is the problem of all of us having gas stoves.
It's all because we won't give up our gas stoves.
If we don't all buy a Tesla, this hail is going to keep happening. Oh, I thought I saw a Malaysian in the chat. Oh, where'd they go? They're gone.
They're all on Facebook. They don't
They
seem to know how to
I
use
know.
YouTube.
They're behind on the times. They're like, they're canceling me right now on MySpace.
Oh my god.
You'll never be able to show your face there again.
My top 8.
Oh my gosh.
Fun. Griner is XX with some weird conditions, but male. Thank you, Janelle. Yeah, I think she's a dude. She's a man.
Looks like a dude to me.
If it looks like a dude, walks like a dude,
Plays basketball like a dude.
basketball like a dude.
Plays basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, this was an incredible show and it flew by. It absolutely flew by. You all are an absolute delight. I love you all dearly. And of course, we will end the show with a dance off.
That's off. Okay.
What have we learned from the show? What are our final thoughts, takeaways? Anything we wish we had done differently?
Chrissy's
I, for
badass.
one, wish that I had not said separate your whites and coloreds when you do laundry. I misspoke. Please don't cancel me, woke laundry community. I meant to say colors. Okay, no D needed there. You can find me at Chrissie Mayr on all platforms. My Instagram is Chrissie Mayr Pod. If you are Malaysian and you've watched this far, well, you might just be a fan. So go to my website for tickets. Wet Spot is tomorrow on Compound Media, 7 p.m. It's actually the 4-year anniversary of Wet Spot is tomorrow. Ooh. And I think interviewing Alex Stein at some point this week. And I'm going to get my hair done. This is coming up for me. You guys are so fun. This is so great. Megan Fox, what's going on?
You know, the usual. I'm actually taking some time off. So, but you can find me on Locals. That's where I'm doing all my fun stuff. I'm doing laundry streams. We're watching movies together.
Are you watching your boobs now?
Yeah, well, sometimes there's boobs involved, but normally what we do is the other day I did a tub stream. That was kind of fun. You'll have to sub to find out if I was wearing a bathing suit or not.
Anna, that's Star Wars girl, most talented painter on the internet.
I couldn't hear what you said. Guys, yeah, just go and hear that Star Wars girl and you will find me. I might stream on Twitch later.
Yes. Wow, later than this?
Yeah, I'm like a night owl, so I'm also in California, so it's only 9:30 for me.
That's true. That's true.
Night owl, not a day owl. Aren't all owls night owls? I've been meaning to bring that up.
Yes.
Follow
All
Anna.
the owls.
If you're not following Anna, I can't help you at this point. Carmen Studer, mother of
It's my birthday week.
Happy birthday!
So my birthday is on June 17th. It's a very, very special day.
Wow, you're a Gemini.
I am a Gemini.
That's great.
And, I've got you can find me everywhere with just my name, Carmen Studer. And thank you, Chrissy, so much for having me. I absolutely love coming on here.
You're the best. This was so much fun. Thank you to the chat. Thank you, Dave. My opinion, Brittney is a hermaphrodite race female. Did you know? Yeah,
that's possible.
To be continued on that. Thank you guys for watching SimpCast. You're the best. We simp for you just as much as you simp for us. Never forget that. And we will see you next time. Bye.